All right, I should be back. Sorry about that, y'all. We had kind of just everything decide to crash on me a little bit there. But I think we figured that out and we're going to get this game up and running again as soon as possible. Okay. We should be okay, sounds good. Am I popping back up for people? I'm seeing myself again. The camera's real low. I don't know, that might have actually been in a good spot. Just, uh, okay. Now we're back. That was always an annoying when we get some of those fun little technical bloop-to-bloops popping up. Getting the game relaunched now. The OBS crashed and it took the game with it. I think OBS was the culprit, though. I think we should be okay. We had no issues yesterday. I think OBS just launched, not on all wheels, so to speak. Everything started good, but then for whatever reason, I was missing my chat window, and then it kept flickering on me, and then it crashed while I was trying to make a couple adjustments. But I think we're good. My phone's trying to do a software update, but absolutely not. I need that right now. Okay. That's up, that's up. This is up and loading, and we should see it showing its nice and pretty place soon enough. Oh, yep, there it goes. No warning lights. Okay, I think we're good. I think we just had the... I mean, it's not a Daffy stream if we don't have technical difficulties, as the old saying goes. Okay. Mothadina again. Round 2. Trying this out here. So, we got ourselves a general store. We got ourselves a tent. We got ourselves a debt to pay off. So today's goal, make some dinks. Chat up some people. Try to get someone new to move in. Kind of really want to build a garden, if I'm being honest. A garden would be swell. Okay. So we got John's Goods. They don't open till 8. But we do got someone visiting. We check. No, I'm still mad at John. Ooh. Oh, Theodore. Theodore with fish tanks and bug studies? Don't know who you are, Theodore, but I have a feeling we're going to be friends. There are so many amazing creatures and plants on this island. I think it might be worth documenting them all, correct? Are you our Blathers? What if we build a museum? Yes, you're the Blathers! Theodore looks classy. Theodore, I gotta say, I respect Theodore's look. I like me a man in a sweater vest. How you doing, Ram? Good to see you again. This is so exciting. I absolutely want a museum deed, especially if it gets to keep Theodore around. I mean, look at this man. We got sweater vest, blue long sleeve, khakis, and some boots. Stylish little comb over of sorts. Not really a comb over, but you know what I mean. And them glasses. I like them. You're probably not gonna talk to me about the deeds because you're gonna be like, you owe me money. Hello there, Daffod. What can I do for you? Not a license. Let's talk about the town. Let's see. What exactly can I help you with? Can I see the deeds? I don't think it would be wise to apply for more deeds with the town in debt. Nope, fetch. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, I already knew that. So we just make money. We can make money by catching bugs and selling crap. Let's see what we got here first. Anyway, how you doing, Ram? Oh, wait. Is Granny a loan shark with a heart of gold? I'm gonna go with loan shark, definitely. Heart of gold to be decided. But that might just be because I don't trust old people. Okay, it's the same stuff as yesterday, I think. Okay. Granny is definitely the Tom Nook of the island. Whether she's, you know, the Tom Nook that's gonna break out your knees because you ain't paying your debts, or she's the Tom Nook who's gonna bake you cookies and tell you not to worry about it because she's just there to help you out, has not been determined yet. All I know is I don't like John, Theodore's adorable, and Granny's on the ropes. We're gonna see. Got a blue moon butterfly. Okay. I want to make a farm. I don't know if that's going to be the most helpful, because I feel like fishing and bugs are going to be more productive in terms of money. I baked some cookies that may be laced, but that's TBD. Yep. Okay. The question is, where do I want my garden? I was thinking here. We already got my key lime trees growing, but I want to make a good. I want to make a good little island. I want to get as many different kind of fruit trees as possible. Do we have fences? Fences are something we can build, right? Where'd I put that workbench? Here it is. No, wrong button. Why can't I place it there? I can place it where I'm standing, but I can't place it against the building? What? There we go. Okay, craft. Okay, we got walkways. Walkways are great. Bridges are great. We're going to play around with those. We got a crude fence. Spin effect. What is a spin effects? Sticky resin used in crafting made from burnt spin effects text. So I need to figure out what spin effects text is first. Which means I think I'm going to need a spear. I don't know. Is there a way to, like... You said burnt spin effects. Was it tuft or tusk? I needed a lot into a lot of things. Tuft with a T. Tuft. Question is, who is a spinifex? What are you? Yellow wattle flower. Is it something that we can pick up? Is it something that we get? It's a rock in the water. Looks like a macaw. We're gonna try to figure out what a spinifex is while I catch some butterflies. That's the plan. Because I know butterflies will sell from something, and we can try to just do a little bit of digging, a little bit of looking around. We're gonna nope, that fly's a lost cause. We'll just keep catching these. Because see, the thing is, so these are definitely called rue, because I've seen rue droppings as an item. And if those are called rues, I would assume that these are called dingoes. Which makes me think it might actually just be a plant. Because I can see it. I mean, like, you can have a tuft of flowers. And it's usually a tuft of fur, though, I guess. Am I going to Google it? Absolutely not. Would that be the easiest thing to do? Absolutely. I have a scythe. I mean, I could just try to do a little bit of mowing. Oh, it is a plant. Okay. There we go. So I need to get as much of this as possible because I keep seeing it in recipes. And we can replant a bush. Or does it probably take... Is it like you gotta bury it? Gotta bury the bush. I don't care about that. Burying things is a pain. I figured this out. Like, there's easier ways to do it, but... Yeah, it just makes one of those bushes. I don't feel like dealing with that. We are going to just harvest... Okay, so these guys are spinifex. It's tropical grass seeds. So I should be able to plant those there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's just get ourselves some... Does this count? Nope, that is just grass. So it is very specifically these spiky bushes that are spinifex. Let's get ourselves some of those. Max! 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 Awesome! Happy to see you! I don't care if you can't stay for long. I gotta see you. That's enough. We're just vibing and playing some Dinkum. Dinkum. And I won't keep you around if you can't stay for long, but, you know, I'd be... There's a word that I'm looking for, but I can't quite bring it to brain. But I would be forlorn if... It's not the quite word I was thinking of, but I think it works. If I didn't ask, how you doing? Oh, they can howl? When can y'all howl? Anyway. Good to see you, Max. For y'all who don't know, Max is my wonderful sibling who swings by from time to time. And we love them very much. Just slabs of meat left on the ground. Sure, why not? I'll take the floor meat. Nothing bad ever happened from eating mysterious meat off of the floor of the wilderness. I see some birds up in the bag. Where am I going? It's like literally right behind me. Oh, yep, literally right behind me. What can I use the meat for? I mean, mangrove sticks, which I don't have. Nor do I have corn. What else takes meat? You take meat, but you'll take drumsticks. Don't have drumsticks. Nor do I have eggs and onion. Sick as a dog and just got home from a long day at work. I'm gonna get some food for Fajita's birthday. Yep, Fajita. It is Fajita's birthday. I gave him a call earlier when the whole family was awake and got to say hi to him. I didn't get to talk as much as I wanted to. It's been a chaotic day. You have to give him a hug for me. I miss him. El Jefe the Fajita. I am absolutely not Spanish. If anyone vaguely thought that that was anything me alluding to anything, we just refer to my Faja of many names as Jefe. Just because it's like it's a mispronunciation of his real name, and we've just always, ever since I had kids, he became Jefe rather than Grandpa. Prime roast. Definitely don't have everything for that. He's grumpy. Yeah, he sounded like he might be a little bit grumpy today. You have to give him a double hug for me, then. I miss him. Anyway. I guess I'm just cooking this meat up, because I can't be bothered to go find corn and go to the mangrove. So we'll just cook it the old-fashioned way. Anyway, also, I'm sorry that you're sick, but I know we've kind of talked about that a little bit, so... Yeah. Hope you get feeling better. I'm actually, like, I slept for most of the day because I've been on recovery. But, like, I'm vaguely feeling good right now. Because I slept all day. So, there's that. Yes! So, you were the first to demonstrate... You were the first of those to demonstrate some of my... There's a gator down there. We ain't gonna say hi to the gator. We actually got my emotes up mostly done. I still have one tier 1 animated emote that I'm working on. You worked for things and want to curl up and cry? Oh, feel that. Human mower. Yep. Mowed away. Mare! Yeah! Yeah, so I got my emotes done. I only currently have Moth and Mare! Hello, everyone's here. This is great. So just while everyone's here, real quick, I got my 5 follower emotes, which anyone should be able to have access to, which I think I just sent. Yes. They are pride flags. These are my pride sapods because this is an LGBT inclusive stream. I am a member of the LGBT community. I am queer, and we respect them here. So we got our little isopod families here. And it is not as many. I'd love to do one for every single flag if I could. I only have access to 5 emote slots right now. So until I get more of the follower emote slots, because I don't want to put pride flags behind a paywall either. It's going to be those 5. I might rotate them out from time to time, but those are the 5 that I know we have in this community so far, and I really want to make sure that they are there. We will be getting more in the Discord. Outside of that, we have some old dragon emotes you'll probably recognize. These ones are kind of classic. We might be getting a couple little updates on some of them, but they've been sticking around. We have Havelock and Finley, my dog and my cat. Havelock designed by my wife. Finley was designed by me based off of my wife's Havelock, because I wanted to make them look the same. Yay, moth. And then we have, per my kid's request, the Pippicorn and Pogo. Pippicorn for Pip. She really wanted a unicorn with the trans horn, which is not a secret here. Pip is my daughter. She is trans. She's proud of that. And we are very loving and supporting, and we have no tolerance for any kind of non-support here. Just putting that out there again. And then we got the frog, otherwise known as Pogo, which I don't have an immediate reach. We got my kids. I have 2 daughters. We got them a stuffed frog when my mom was really sick. My mom passed away recently. I think that's kind of common knowledge. We got a frog for them to be able to give my mom, their grandma, hugs when we were halfway across the country. And my mom named the frog Pogo, and my kids are very, very attached to it. And the littlest one, Phyllis, really wanted an emote of Pogo. So we got the frog, Pogo. My mom loved frogs. It's kind of the story behind that. There's Pogo, definitely sticking around for a little bit. And not to kind of breeze past that, because Pogo's got a lot of emotion put behind it. We got my hype emote and the other one for my 2 animated emotes. I call it Origin for the time being. But I just liked the idea of a little shadow coming out of nowhere and forming the dragon I kind of used as a logo. And then the hype emote, which is... It spells out hype in Ereborn Dwarf Ruins from Tolkien, because Smaug invaded the Dwarvish Mountain, and I liked the way the Dwarf Ruins looked. And I just love the idea of having the dragon with the runes of the mountain that was invaded by a dragon in The Hobbit, because I'm a bit of a nerd. And they looked cool, and they were easy to do in pixel art. So that's why it does Erebor runes than actually hype in English. Anyway, there's all my emotes. I had all of you there. Thank you for breezing through my little bit of a rant there. But hi, again, I'd love to see all of you. I'm super happy to see all of you. Mare, Max, Moth, and even had Ram in here earlier. And I see it says Mikey Plane. I don't know if Mikey Plane is still around or if maybe he clicked on the stream real quick and what's his face picked it up. Anyway, but yeah. You have to go to bed because I'm so sleepy, but I love y'all and hope you have a good night. Love you too, Max. And a little hand heart for you. I hope you start feeling better. You know. We're still here. And Ram's still here. I figured you might still be lurking around. But, yeah. It was a floosh of everything, so. Anyway. Bum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum. You're still here. Okay. We were doing a bug catching day a little bit. Oh, I got spin. This is what I needed. I need to burn this stuff. The animated emotes are so cool. Thank you. I was really excited that they gave me the one that I'm currently working on, because I have 3 animated emotes. The third one is going to be my, like, quote-unquote seasonal one, where I can kind of flop it out depending on what's going on. Oh, these cook quickly. So I'm currently working on doing a jack-o'-lantern for kind of Halloween, like just a flickering light jack-o'-lantern. We'll see. I'm hoping to get it done tomorrow. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, Max. I do need it. We'll see about that. I want to make them seasonal, but I want to just, represent as many holidays and stuff that is celebrated from beyond even just myself, because I'm a huge fan of Halloween. Not everyone celebrates Halloween, but I want to include it. We're probably going to do a Christmas one because I do celebrate Christmas, but at the same time, I know not everyone does. So we'll kind of see as it goes. But I plan to have one animated emote that's seasonal, as it were. And I'll try to be as inclusive with it as possible and do some fun things with it. Is the goal. We'll figure out. We're going to start with the pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, because I can, but until then, we got the hype dragon and we got I call it again, the origin dragon, as I like to call it, just because I think they're cool. And we're going to see, in particular, that dragon, I'm probably going to pull a little bit more into like background screens and banners and stuff, just to kind of like actually. I've been doing all of the page cleaning I said I was going to, but never did. Okay. So now I can make quite a few fences for my little garden. That's what I was doing. Do I want to make? I wanted to make a hammer. This one I can make without. Okay, I mean it's just a cricket bat, and I kind of appreciate that it's just a cricket bat. So we're gonna make just the cricket bat for all intents and purposes. You can probably just gather gumwood off the ground without having to cut down any trees. Oh, but I do literally need to cut down trees for whatever it's called. So anyway, hi Moth and Mare. I don't think I've seen you around when I've been playing this game before either. So yeah, this is Dinkum. I believe the first I ever saw of this game was actually, I think, Moth sharing a video of it to me. Don't know if that's entirely true or a mismemory, but I do remember someone sent me a video of this originally, and then, much to my surprise, I got it as a gift from a friend who does wish to remain anonymous, but they were kind enough to give me a few games. This was one of them. So yeah, figured we'd finally get around to playing it on stream. I'm currently working on making we're gonna make a little garden patch here, community garden of sorts. Okay. We are out of energy. Is this store still open? I think it's open until 6. It is. That's bananas. I'll buy a banana. Do bananas give me energy? I can't remember if they do or not. Yeah, they do. They do just energy. That's what I was looking for. We're gonna make roasted banana and see what that gives me. I don't need a lot of energy. I just want enough that I can, like, finish what I'm doing. And I know... Yeah, 10 energy for cooked bananas. I figured it'd be something like that. I know I could eat some of the cooked key limes that I have, but I'm stubborn. And it's a nice even 10, and I don't want to do that when I have a nice even 10. Hi, John. You're still my archenemy. Oh, for those of you who haven't watched previous ones, this is John. He's a capitalist pig. I don't like him. Not necessarily because of the capitalist stuff, he just rubbed me the wrong way. And I've decided he's my archenemy. It's John. Oh, I also literally have steaks in my pocket. I don't know what the yellow flowers are for. We'll sell you my bugs. Anyway, this is sweet old lady Fletch, who is the Tom Nook loan shark of the game. Me and Ram were discussing whether she is to be decided on whether or not she's a nice loan shark or not. And this is Theodore, who's visiting the island. 10 out of 10 fashion sense and style. I support Theodore, and according to this and talking to him, he's going to be our Blathers, our museum guy. And I'm here for it. I was really hoping this game had a museum. I genuinely didn't know. And then he showed up, so I was really happy because the museum is my favorite part of Animal Crossing. I mean, I'm a history major who wants to go into working into museums. Like, museums are my jams. Okay. So what do I need? Yeah, so I'm going to want a scarecrow eventually and probably a grain mill for making, like, I think it's making food's going to be good. But this is what I really wanted. I want to make 40. Let's make 40 to start. I feel like that's a good number. I probably will need more than that, but I'm going to start with 40. I'll put these. No, I'll keep those in my pocket. Gum nuts. Don't try and chew these. I mean, those are plant seeds. We are going to want one of these turned to a plank, so we can make that cricket bat as well. That was the other thing. There's been a couple times where, like, I've walked too close to a crocodile, and I'm like, it would have been nice to have a bat, so we're going to do this. Anyway, how are y'all doing? I know I've had a little bit of a long ramble there. Lots of things going through my mind. But Moth and Mare, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, it's just a cricket bat. Oh, it's not a cricket bat. No, it is a cricket bat. It's a flat paddle. You swing it sideways, though. I believe there's a traditional... I mean, it says wooden bat. It's clearly mimicking a cricket bat. But I do know, I believe the shape is used in some traditional South American and indigenous weaponry. I don't know of anything European, though. Anyway, you had an exhausting yet fun day, and I just recently woke up from a nap, so I'm a little bit out of it. Well, I'm glad you had a fun day. The exhausting yet fun days are always interesting for me. Okay, just working and doing some college, so I'm busy. Yeah, I feel that. I all day, every day there, Mayor. I think we're both in college right now, and oh, every once in a while they get like that calm week, and your professor's like, "Wow, we didn't have to do too much today." And then like the very next week, it's like, "Okay, every professor and their dog decided that I needed to write an essay this week." I very much appreciate that. And I know you probably didn't all conspire against me, but I'm gonna pretend that you did because it makes me feel better. Walmart is draining. Write one super essay. Yeah, they don't appreciate the write one essay and turn it into all of them method. They see through that right quick and they are not fans. Okay. We are gonna do a little bit of dirt moving here. I'm gonna do that. And we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this trick that I found the other day, which is that you can put sand on top of dirt and it turns it to sand. And I don't know if this was intentional, but I'm gonna pretend that it is because it makes it so much convenient. And we're gonna eat some steaks apparently. Frog, random fact! Oh, random fact. I've been waiting for a random fact. Oh, I gotta think. I gotta make it a good one. This is the first random fact since I've started streaming again. What's a good random fact for the day? I gotta think. We're gonna pause this real quick while I try to think of a good one. It's been so long. All of the emotes. We had a pseudo-random fact yesterday when Ram got me ranting about upper and lowercase typesetting. Oh, we got two random facts. Interesting. I'll have to get the double down here. One for Moth, one for Ram. This one can be a throwaway. Oh, yeah. I'll still do two random facts, but if Ram wants to share one of his own, he's more than welcome to. Okay. I'm trying to think of a random fact that is like also of the right tone because my brain has immediately gone like heavy. Hmm. King Arthur. We're gonna go with King Arthur here. I mean, yours doesn't have to be good. Okay. Well, I'll share two of them, and hopefully one of them's at least good then. King Arthur. Many people know who King Arthur is. I'm assuming all of you know who King Arthur is. If you don't, he is a mythical king often used in traditional folk tales. He's kind of one of the OG fairy tales in a lot of ways. The story of King Arthur, as he was talked about heavily in the times preceding him, he eventually became very popular, and French authors took a hold of him, and it kind of runs off there. Um, but I want to focus on something specific here, because there's a lot of rumors about King Arthur. There's a lot of different versions. Everyone kind of told their own story. Like Lancelot, for example. Lancelot's not in the original stories. He's added by a later French one. Quest for the Holy Grail's not really in the original stories. Added on later. He kind of became this mythical king that gets brought up in folktale. However, one of the most common known facts about King Arthur is his sword Excalibur, is what it's usually referred to. Now, the name Excalibur is not actually the name of King Arthur's sword. There's lots of stories about it being associated with like the rightful sovereignty of Britain and everything about this, but there's a few things that we tend to not know in the modern stories of King Arthur. First off, you often hear about King Arthur, King of the Britons, King being British. This is true, but there's context to that. King Arthur was not the king of England. England did not exist at the time. He was the king of the Britons. It's called the Bretons. These were the people that lived on the British Isles. They were a Celtic people that were there from the Romans, when the Romans kind of first came in, before the Anglo-Saxons arrived. And distinct from both of them, they were not English. They are today the countries of Wales, Cornwall. Those are the remnants of these people, not the English. In fact, King Arthur was Cornish in the stories. Merlin is usually Welsh. And because of this, Excalibur is actually not the name of the sword. It's one of two swords that kind of got broken off into the original weapons. But the original name of King Arthur's swords is, I'm going to mispronounce this, but it's something along the lines of Califlac, or Caliburns would be like a Latin translation of it, which is kind of where you get the Cali and Excalibur, but it's Caledfwich, like Caledflac. My Welsh is terrible right now. I haven't heard this word pronounced in a while, but that's actually the name. Excalibur is not King Arthur's sword. It is a twisted version of a version of a version of it, more or less. King Arthur is not English. He was Cornish, and he was a real person at some point in history. He was a real figure, that the story. Same with Merlin. Merlin was one of a couple potential historical figures. They're all real people. Just the stories became the original fairy tales as everyone started taking their own versions of it, as they started making it more of an interesting story for them, and you start to lose the Celtic roots of King Arthur, and he becomes this English king that everyone thinks about, but he's not. King Arthur would actually thoroughly hate the English, to be entirely honest. He would be a staunch independentist, anti-unionist. I can't remember the technical term for it at the moment. But yeah, there's King Arthur. He's not English. He is a Celtic king, a Celtic warlord would have been the correct title at the time. And he never had Excalibur. That's not the name of his sword. That's a version of a version. The Sword of the Stone thing. All of that's made up after the fact. Obviously, it's folktale, but like not even to the original folk story. Anyway, there's also a lot of like he gets heavily Christianized as well. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know offhand. I believe they actually were Christian in the time period, but you just start to get like a lot of like the quest for the Holy Grail and a lot of overt Christianity added into his story later, which is not really King Arthur. King Arthur's original story was he's a warlord who fought hard against the Anglo-Saxons. He eventually died, and there is a genuine folktale, the original folktale of King Arthur, which is actually touched upon in the Merlin BBC TV series, is that King Arthur will one day come again, and he's actually a messiah figure to the Celtic people, that he will one day return again and free them from the Anglo-Saxons, is actually what the original story of King Arthur is. It's very different from the one. There's random fact one, I guess, as it were, just info dump about King Arthur, because I find him fascinating. I'm more interested in Merlin, personally. Merlin's story is a lot more interesting. Again, he's Welsh, or Cymraeg is the actual term for it. It's country of Cymru. Cymraeg is someone who is Welsh. We often say Welsh because that's the English translation. However, Welsh means foreigner and slave, and Wales would be like the land of foreigner and slave. It's not actually. It's very associated with the country to the point that it's not going to be necessarily offensive or a slur, but it wasn't necessarily a kind word originally thrown upon them. That's why you'll see a lot of people nowadays reclaiming the terms Cymru and Cymraeg for the country and the people nowadays. Anyway, so Merlin would be Cymraeg. And some versions of the story, he's the reason why the Welsh have a dragon, a red dragon on their flag. Because there's a story about when Merlin was a little boy. This is the second random fact. We're going to focus a little bit on Merlin here, kind of just tangentially related because we had two of them. One of my favorite stories about Merlin is it said that when he was a young boy, and they were building, either like a castle or a church, depending on the story. When they were building one of those, that they sent forth to find a young boy, basically in some of the stories to be sacrificed and buried in the church, because there's this whole entire thing about English people saying that anyone who's not English sacrificed people. But yeah, either way, the story goes that Merlin was brought here to be killed and buried and sacrificed, but Merlin said, "Wait, wait, wait, I have a gift. I can prophesize, I can see. We need to dig here." And according to Merlin's direction, the people at the time were like, okay, well, we'll dig up here. And when they dug up, two dragons actually came forth from the ground. A white dragon representing the Anglo-Saxons and a red dragon representing the Welsh. And the two dragons had this epic fight and battle where eventually the red dragon reigned victorious over the white dragon, and thus would kind of prophesize this British, this Gaulish victory over the Anglo-Saxons, which didn't happen historically, but again ties into this belief of King Arthur's return and a liberation of the Celtic peoples. And that's why there's a red dragon on the flag. It's tied back to that stories. In some versions, there's obviously some questioning as to whether, when you're dealing with this kind of history, there's not a lot of it, and that's partially because Celtic people weren't the most writing things down of people, and the other part of that is Christianity really tries to stomp out paganism in the British Isles. So there's a mixture of people who didn't write a lot down, and Christianity wanting to get rid of anything at all remotely pagan. It kind of is like, in a way, and to some extent, unfortunately so, England's conquest of Wales, Scotland, and Ireland draws some strong parallels to the colonization of the America, with Wales kind of being one of England's first colonies. And when you talk about all the bad stuff the English did, Wales was kind of the test run of that in a lot of ways. Um, so yeah, but that's the red dragon on the Welsh flag is most often tied to the story of Merlin and a prophecy he made about the Celtic people eventually being triumphant over the Anglo-Saxons. This is your second random fact. Anyway, very Welsh focused today. Hope you found those were neat. And hello, Birdie! We had two random facts redeemed at once, and I decided to go on a rant about King Arthur and Celtic history because I felt like it at the moment. And I hope that was okay with people who had the facts, or who redeemed them. Anyway, how are you doing, Birdie? As always, if that was an unsatisfying fact, I'm always willing to come up with another one. You can always consult the book of random facts as well. A hydrate. Thank you, Mayor. I'm a very ranty individual, something to which Birdie has firsthand experience. It was a good one. I'm glad to hear that, Moth. Anyone who knows me IRL has probably at some point had a rant to them in their face. Hang out for a few minutes. I think this has been discussed before without giving anything too much away. Me and Birdie worked together in the past. And when we worked together, there was a group chat that we were all participating in, and I literally had a designated area called Tadaw's Rant of the Day, where pretty much every single day I would just type out whatever rant came to mind about whatever I wanted to complain about, from politics to movie critiques. Because that's the way I roll. Alright. I'm always happy to have you, whether it's for a few minutes or for an hour, you know? I just like seeing people I know. Okay. Do I want to do like a 5 by whatever? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a 5 by whatever. This feels like a good size to start my little farm. Ah, didgeridoos. I love didgeridoos. Here's a bonus random fact that no one has to redeem, but just because I love didgeridoos. Didgeridoos are a phenomenal indigenous instrument, but one of, I think, the most underappreciated facts about them is in most traditional indigenous uses of the didgeridoo, it involves circular breathing, which is basically an aspect of while you're playing the instrument, you feel your cheeks full of air, and then while breathing in through the nose to refill your lungs, you push the air from your cheeks and your mouth out between the lips to maintain a constant sound. It is incredibly difficult to do as a musician, as someone who plays several brass instruments. It is not an easy skill to learn, and it is just common practice of Aboriginal Indigenous folk music, and just all of the respect is owed to them for that alone. Just like such a cool aspect of their musical traditions that just deserves all of the respect and appreciation. Sometimes normal breathing does too. Absolutely. Like, as someone who's constantly running into like breathing issues and like all that kind of stuff, like just the concept, like I have tried so many times to like pick up any level of competency with circular breathing, because it's a very useful skill if you, like me, play brass instruments. Never got anywhere close to it. Okay. I thought you played clarinet, or are you misremembering? I do not play. I am multi-instrumental. I do not play clarinet, though. So, and where that probably comes from is my wife plays clarinet. I play trombone, euphonium, and baritone. Those are basically the same instrument. So I play trombone, euphonium, and baritone. I know how to play tuba and trumpet. I have not played any of them regularly for a few years now, so I am very rusty. But I know all the positions for trombone. Euphonium's the instrument I'm best at. I do not have one, though, because they are expensive. I would love to get one down the road, but they are expensive, so we'll see. I also play a little bit of mandolin, and I play a little bit of piano. So those are kind of my things. Basically, any brass instrument I can play. French horns and those really small mouthpieces kind of get past me. Trumpet trumpets, cornets are a little bit tight, but I do know the fingering and can read the music. No, but my wife is primarily an oboist, and she has actually. Well, I played a lot in high school, and then kind of like amateurishly past that. My wife like legit studied music for a little bit in college before she switched eventually to elementary education. She has played in local bands in a couple different cities. She has, I mean, the area that we live in Massachusetts. She played as a sub once for the Lowell Philharmonic Orchestra on oboe and did a phenomenal job doing so. She's a phenomenal oboist, and I will always shout out her skill for that. But she also plays clarinet, flute, saxophone, basically any woodwinds she can play, or she played a lot more in high school. We were band kid lovers. Like we met in band. That's like mine and my wife's origin story. Is we're those two odd band kids who didn't get into any trouble in high school. Like most band kids got into trouble. We didn't, but yeah. I started on trumpet and then swapped to euphonium, picked up trombone to play in jazz band, and mandolin to play in a bluegrass band at the junior high because why not? We played trombone in middle school for a year and then flute for 2. Yeah, flautist is one of my favorite terms of all time. Just personally, thought I would say that. I feel like it's an underappreciated term. How do I? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you can't just plow through the shrubbery. Does it make you? Does the game make you go to bed? That is the question of the day. It hasn't yet, so we're still gonna go. I'm assuming it eventually pulls a Stardew Valley and is like, it's nap time now. Goodbye. I'm feeling very sluggish. Yeah, we're gonna head to bed late. Oh, it just starts to say late. Okay, that's clever. I like that. Sleep until tomorrow. Anyway, any other band kids here who want to oust themselves for funsies, as it were? It's late o'clock. Yeah, it's late o'clock. Go to sleep. Absolutely. We do have some caffeine tonight, by the way. U.S. orchestra's respectable. I really wanted to play in Philharmonic Orchestra or even Pitt. I would have taken Pitt Orchestra, but I was not allowed to because, alas, I played euphonium, and trying to being a euphonist, as amazing of an instrument that is, unless you really like British marches, there ain't music pieces for you. I usually ended up playing like French horns part or the alto sax part, or when I was playing tenor euphonium because that's the thing, or treble clef. Sorry, not tenor. Or like trombone 4 part. Like it's an underutilized instrument. It's basically the bass French horn. It's an amazing instrument, but outside of like marches where you're gonna be more of a brass band situation, not a lot of music for euphonium. You had band for trumpet that said you was truant. I mean, I know Ram was truant. Ram was the best truant. The band kids were so normal at my school, but it was legit the orchestra kids who got into trouble. You enjoyed playing instruments, but I had such a hard time reading sheet music. I think I had the equivalent of music dyslexia. For instance, I can't process it. So on the topics of reading music, so in junior high, band and orchestra were taught by the same teacher. And our band, and I'm not going to say any names, I will say that they are a phenomenal music teacher now. They got their doctorates and they teach at a college, like a doctorate level music educator. They are absolutely a phenomenal music teacher nowadays. That being said, we were their first class. I'll say her, doesn't really give anything away. And we weren't great students, and I don't entirely think she had experience to handle us. We did everything to make her life hell in that way that only students can, including coming up with like odd nicknames, I stuck a potato in her filing cabinet, and not just any potato, a potato that had been sitting in my band locker for the entire year. I stuck that into her filing cabinet, and she didn't find it till the next year. We stuck used reeds along her car window. Like, genuinely, we tried to make this teacher's life hell. And she toughed through it like a champ most days. Like, 90% of the time, she really pushed through it. And I personally liked her. In hindsight, I really like her. But because we were so much there for the fun, not a lot of us learned music. And so I think it was junior year of high school. It might have been caught freshman, but I don't think it was until junior where the band teacher realized that only one out of like what was it? No, it was two. Two out of like the seven low brass members could read music. It was like only one or two of them could. I'm trying to remember correctly, which it's like baffling to be in a junior high or to be in a junior in high school who's been playing music for 4 years and not know how to read music. We all just had learned to play by ear, which sounds like a really good talent. It's not. It's a very hideable talent. Um, so there's a bit of a shock there, and I think the teacher gets a bit of a rap as a bad teacher because of that. But I'm going to be entirely honest, having been through that, it was us as the students, not her. Anyway, so yeah, sometimes you're just a musician who can't read music, I guess is the moral of that story. I was one of them. I didn't learn to read music until I was like a senior in high school. I knew a little bit from piano, but not readily. Uh, I'm great at playing musical instruments, but nowadays I can't read music anymore. You didn't have fun at band because I was always paired with the only person with zero rhythm. Oh, yeah, that's true. I had at least some sense of rhythm, which helped. Here, I thought the moral of the story was children are ales. Absolutely. Absolutely, Rim. Heads up. I I slightly resent that because my very English family has good rhythm. But then again, my very English family is probably more Welsh than they realize. So maybe we can just blame the English for this still and be safe. Just saying. To put that rant back out there. So I got paired off with a guy who didn't have any, and it was disgusting. I hated it. Yeah. Oh. See, my problem is like I was in jazz band for a while, and I absolutely loved jazz band. But in jazz band, you swing, right? And like I could learn how to swing music, but like the very rigid way to teach people, because swing's all about feeling. It's how you feel when you're playing. That's really what defines swing music. There isn't a way um to like on paper describe swing. You kind of have to though for teaching. So usually the way that I was always taught it was viewing it as triplets and putting kind of two of them together and having the third note of the triplet kind of be the end. So rather than playing da 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 da, you play da 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 da, and that's kind of how you would swing. And it works to kind of like get, to be honest, to get a bunch of white high schoolers to actually think about swinging for 2 seconds. Classical violin versus fiddle. Um, but the thing about it is I was the kid who listened to nothing but Irish punk and Irish folk. So when you're giving me a structure of triplets to work out, we don't end up swinging everything. We end up jigging everything because they're sitting there playing it, and we're like ba da ba da da ba da 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 da, like that kind of melody, and I'm like trying to put some like da 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 on top of it, and it doesn't work well. I'm a little hyper right now, so we were rushing through both of those. So there's a bit of a mishmash there. There's also the entire phenomenon of when I was in music composition class, and I had everyone who knew everything about like EDM and techno, and they're like, okay, so now we got to try to teach Tada how to do anything with electronic music, and all this man listens to is Irish folk music. And they took like an entire day just teaching me how to sidechain. Which, if you're not familiar with what sidechaining is, it's when you're listening to like an EDM song. It's the wub wub. the wow 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 in electro EDM is from side chaining. Basically, when you hit the bass drum, you cause the volume of everything to fluctuate a little bit to kind of go down, and it creates what's called a side chaining effect. They had to explain this to me because I knew absolutely nothing about electronic music. Either way, fond memories of high school. I don't have many of them, but most of the ones I do were music and band related. Anyway. It's also why I've always wanted to learn the bagpipes, but they're expensive, so I don't have bagpipes. Or Ram. You have good news. I do have some fond memories of high school with Ram. What's your good news? What's your good news, Birdie? We're going to put this here. And we're going to put... Yeah, we're going to move some dirt. You're leaving me hanging. You said you got good news, and now I'm waiting in bated breath here. Your mom will be here for a few days after your arm surgery next month, so I won't even have to bother trying to cook or clean. That is good news. Ah, that's awesome. Speaking of, because I still have a good number of y'all here, I should probably mention this. Be right back for a tiny bit. I think I announced this on Discord. It's not like news. I'm off work again per doctor's orders to rest and recover. And so I will be probably streaming every night this week, just to kind of help me get back into the habit of streaming during weekends. Remember what happened after the first surgery last year, and then everything fell apart? Yeah. That was a rough time for a lot of people, I think. Oh. Yeah, I'm glad that you'll have someone there so that you don't have to, you know, hopefully it goes a lot smoother this time around. Yeah, that'll be really good. It'll be really good for you there. I'm a little bit worried. I have to go in probably on Tuesday, but I gotta figure out more details with it. I gotta get another endoscopy, and I don't like those. They ain't fun. So I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah. If all goes well, I'll probably be going in for that Tuesday. I am still planning on streaming Tuesday night, but it will probably be a very laid-back stream. Especially depending on what they put me on. It might be a bit of a bit... Tadafi might not be firing on all cylinders when it comes to that night stream. We'll have to find out, but... I would like to stream, so that is currently the plan. I caught what your boo was for. I caught what your boo was for, and I appreciate it. You did put the tree on the dirt that I wanted to steal. Jerks. You're back? Hello, Moth. I was just saying that I was going to be streaming every day this week. Because I'm still in a rest period per doctor's orders. What is this? I don't know, but I'm gonna eat some cooked bush limes. Is that a beehive? Do we got beehives in this game? This game just keeps getting better. It's a beehive! Do we have actual bees? Can we do a battle royal? Absolutely! 1 second, I accidentally put my keyboard in Icelandic again. I didn't know that there was a beehive. We will be finding a better spot for it. Does that work? Yay! Okay, Battle Royale starting. Oh, it seems that I've managed to get stream avatars. I got stream avatars playing nice, so it should be remaining parts of streams for now. Can I, like, put it back up a tree? I can't put it back up a tree. Oh, don't do it. Don't let the intrusive thoughts win. What? He's gone already? Hopefully I can still, Okay, intrusive thoughts are gonna win a little bit. Does that work? I made water bees. I don't know what to do with this. I killed you. I didn't mean to. It's down to Birdie versus Streamlabs. My money is probably going to be on Streamlabs. They have that computer. The fire bees. Did Birdie win? Birdie won. Oh, maybe not. Streamlabs is hiding. Grab the health kit. They aren't supposed to be able to walk behind my profile picture. I do not know how to fix that. I think Streamlabs just killed you. Nope. Yes! Okay, Birdie won. Getting all the health kits. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how to fix them from going behind. We're leaving the new Sacred Beehive for now. I didn't expect it to be able to fly, but it apparently can fly. Find some buried treasure. That might happen. Might happen. I'm mostly just over here because I wanted a safe place to get dirt from that I wouldn't mind how it affected the natural environment. Yay, gold. Yeah, so you get money from winning battle royales. And I don't know how to make that money worth anything. So you can then bet it when you battle people. Or play casino slots. I believe. It's like it's not what is it's the ball one. Like you get the thingy and you ball and it goes that one, whatever that one's called. Sorry for odd horrible mouth noises. I'm a audio describer. Roulette, that one. You can use it in roulette. You are unneeded. You shall go here. It was a good roulette impression. Thank you. I appreciate it. I haven't checked recently. I was actually really worried that I was going to have to get rid of it. So I've kind of not really been checking for gens. I will see if I can and try to get them added in. Yeah. Because at the moment, it looks like it's going to be something like when I'm playing a game like Dinkum or even Played Up, I think I can get it to play nice. It's just some of the other games that we might not still be able to run it as. It depends. It shouldn't take up a lot of CPU, but for whatever reason, and I'm not sure why, it just turned into a sink if I was running it with certain games. So they might. I don't entirely know. I know Gen 1 and 2 are, I think, done by different artists than Gen 3 and 4 that I have added in here. Because the first person did it, and then someone else kind of picked it up. If that makes sense. They're all community made for stream avatars. Like, they don't have official character packs, if that makes sense. They might, but the Pokemon one's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so when I got 5. We got 5 this way. We'll do 5 by 9. 5 by 9 sounds like a good size for starting farm. 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do a 5 by 9 farm. Do you think I'll be getting Pokemon Scarlet or Violet? That's kind of a little bit of a hard question. Do I want to get them? Absolutely. If I do get them, they will almost certainly be a gift at this point. So it really depends on when it comes out. It's being released on Switch, right? Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be our farming parcel for now. Next month, I might get it for Christmas then. That'd be the earliest I get it. It does depend. I mean, Pokemon that I'm excited for. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I know that he's controversial, but I think Wiglet is absolutely dope. I love him so much. He's just like the epitome of derpiness that I love in a character. Um. So yeah, I saw him and everyone's like, "This thing is the dumbest thing ever," and I'm like, "But I love him." But Dad, I love him. That's kind of my whole take on it. Okay. Let's plant some grass. Are you in my garden again? You in my garden again, Fletch? Oh, I can plant under the fences. Good. What you doing in my garden, Fletch? All right, tonight, night to bed. Good night, Birdie. Good night. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, sorry. Something stuck in my throat there. Goodbye, Birdie. Nice. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you guys hadn't met before. But yeah, it's good to have all y'all here. Always love seeing some friendly faces. I will let Birdie answer that, but I do know the question. So if her, I believe, unless something's changed dramatically from when we last talked. But correct me if I'm wrong there, Birdie. Birdie is a she her. There we go. Yeah. It's where she hides the evidence. Yeah. The amount of times. So, like, this is like 2-second parental thing here. As has been discussed on, I think I know everyone's pronouns here, but feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm he, they at the moment. That's what I vibe with. Either of those are fine. But my brain did empties. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm vibing with at the moment. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm vibing with at the moment. I'm at a point I don't know. This is something I usually don't talk about on stream because it's just kind of a personal thing. But yeah, you can hit me up in like a DM if you want like to chat about it more. But yeah, that's just kind of where I am now. For all my reasons. So yeah, I have a daughter. She's openly trans. She's very much okay with me talking about it. She loves me talking about it actually. Oh, I was gonna wear this stream because of it. We got a pin. I need to shout out the creator of this pin, but just to show it. Protect trans kids. It's a wonderful little pin. Both me and my wife got one. She has it on her teaching bag for school. Anyway, bye. Night for bed. Good night, Birdie. That's what I'm trying to say there. No, but because of that, I have had so many opportunities to discuss pronouns with people who have never been even remotely introduced to that concept lately. You default to referring to people as hey you. I mean, if you don't know someone's pronouns, hey you can be a pretty good go-to. It's at least not gendered. I've had the hardest time because like this is a personal one. I referred to both of my kids in what my mind was a gender neutral daddium, like datum, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, because if you don't know someone's names or pronouns, just referring to them in like a gender neutral third person way is actually usually the best way to go. Um, you should ask if you can, but if you're in a situation where it feels inappropriate to ask, better than assuming, it's a gender neutral option is often a good choice to make. Anyway, but I'd use the term bub, and to me it was like, hey bub, how you doing, bub? Hey bud. And that to me was like a gender neutral one. Like I never thought of a gender assigned to it because I use it for both of my kids. Um, and with Pip being trans and she her like I'm fully supportive of it, but I called her bub one day and she was chill with it, but so quickly my wife was like, "Are you sure that that's gender neutral?" And I've had to like pause and reverse all of my dad pronouns of to like you know what I say when I talk about like dadisms, like hey bud, hey buddy, what's up sport, like all of those. Like, which of those are because I did a lot of them. I never call my kids their names. It's always a random word salad that my mouth has come up with. So I've had to recently undergo through the dad process of going, what gender is this random nickname for a child? And to like just to make sure that I'm properly gendering my child, because she usually doesn't notice, but it's important to me, especially in a public setting, to make sure that other people don't misgender her because I got to keep her safe. Like as a parent, like that's part of my job. So there's been like a big crackdown on like just keeping her safe. Because while in this community and in my Discord chat, we very much let her be open and talk about it per her wishes. In public, because she is so young, there's this certain sense of like, I'm going to use the phrase masking in a light way because as much as I want her to be herself, she is not old enough to understand that people can be assholes in the worst possible way. So we have like this. She's in a very good supporting environment, and we're in Massachusetts, which is a really good state for these kind of issues comparatively, but still, I'm from Utah. I know the worst of what people can be in a lot of ways. So, yeah, there's that. Ooh, someone is visiting the island. We will have to go say hi to them. Is it Museum Daddy? Oh. Hello. Oh, Franklin. Between you and I think it was Theodore, you're making up for John. Hello, Franklin. I'm here to research old technology buried in Mothadina. You see, South City has some pretty strict rules about what is allowed to be researched there. I'm not sure I like being the unethical research whatever you want frontier. But here in Mothadina, it appears that there are no such restrictions. Yeah, okay, Franklin, you got a thin line here. You see, I believe that the information on each shiny disc will lead me to making further discoveries. I'll pay you very generous for each shiny disc you deliver to me. Oh, and I also sell blueprints for some basic recipes. Stafford, is it? Yes, it is. I hope not to interrupt me too much, Stafford. A repair kit. What is this? Storage barrel. How much? That's a recipe for storage barrel. I can teach you how to craft storage barrels for 5,000? Yeah, teach me. Thank you for the purchase. Anyway. Sorry to get like maybe potentially a little bit heavy there with the whole talk about it. I adore my daughters dearly, and I do everything I can to make sure that they are safe. We got one shiny disc, which is just a DVD. Is this like a post-apocalyptic wasteland where no one knows what DVDs are anymore? Excellent. The shiny discs have very interesting information on them. These are fascinating. You can learn a lot from these. I will offer you... yes, it's a deal. We need to get 75,000 to pay back the old loan shark, who's hiding her stash in my garden, apparently, as we've discussed. But we'll see what happens. Today's beverage, a Coke. Today's beverage of choice is Diet Pete. Diet Dr. Pete. Oh, I have a great idea for a new invention. And water, because hydration is important. What? Yeah, I'll come speak to you. I'm interested. Yes. Yeah, let me show you what I can craft. I was chatting with a group of friends, and AOL came up, and one of them had the gall to ask, "What's AOL?" I instantly aged up 25 years. You can make a... Okay. Can we appreciate Mr. Franklin? I like it here on the island because there's too many regulations in the mainland showing up and offering a bomb for sale. Franklin, we are either going to be fast friends or arch enemies, and I haven't decided yet. AOL. On to the topic of AOL. I am not to age anyone up. I am post AOL generation, but I know what AOL is. Hello, Dream. Long time no see. I think you preferred Dream over to Unknown, but I do recognize that name. How are you doing? We getting all the old hits swinging back. This is awesome. It was my friends. Yep, it's so I hadn't streamed for 4 months, and it's very, very, very spotty behind that. We're just getting back into regular streaming now. America Online, AOL was an internet connection and email. There was also an AOL chat, which was a messenger room. And AOL chat is probably the more... When most people are talking about AOL, I find they're referring to the chat room. Yep. So yeah, and it's the thing is, I kind of want to buy a bomb to see what it does, but I'm not going to. How you doing, Dream, by the way? And yeah, so like I'm post AOL generation. I grew up like very familiar with AOL having been a thing. But like my parents weren't, I don't know how to say, like my parents weren't like fundamentalists, we don't use technology or anything like that. But I very much grew up in like a relatively behind the times home. Like, DVD players had been out for a little bit by the time we finally got one. And as a kid, I brought floppy disks to school because that's the storage device my parents had, when none of the computers even had floppy disk drives anymore. I've been in this app for a couple of months, totally forgot I had this app. Well, I'm glad to see you. I think you remember using AOL or something similar. I've been doing good lately. How about you? I'm doing really good lately. I've been a little bit sick. It's actually why I've been streaming so much this past couple weeks, is because I'm on bed rest, so to speak. I'm on medical leave for work, just because of some limitations that I have. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I actually feel really good tonight. We have a lot of energy behind me at the moment. It tends to tank rapidly, so we'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah. First movie we got on DVD was Spider-Man. Ours was Shrek. And we owned it on VHS for a while before that. We probably had it on, like, it'd probably been out for like a year or two when my dad finally bought a DVD player. And I think half the reason why is because he wanted to watch the Shrek DVD. He got a Shrek DVD too. It wasn't like Shrek came out and we got it. It's like Shrek had been out for a little bit. We had the VHS for Shrek, and my dad bought the copy, as it were. I hate to cut these down, but I did not plant these in an ideal location. Ooh, my axe broke. Box have a built-out space filler? Absolutely had a built-out space filler. Because it wasn't the case, it wasn't the clamshell, but it was the cardboard one. So you had to have the built-out space filler so that it was the same size as the clamshells. When I bought a DVD player from the back of some guy's car in Chicago, 10 out of 10. I don't remember what was our first DVD, but I remember VHS tapes very well. We had a lot of Disney movies on VHS. Same here. My parents had tons of them. I know what an axe is, John. Anyway, Shrek was the only cardboard box we had with it built out. Yeah, I think we had a couple. Yeah, clamshell cases. Oh, we haven't a millennial. I'm actually. I don't know if I'm technically not. I'm a, what do they call it? Zillennial, like between a millennial and Gen Z in terms of age. Basically, too old to be Gen Z, but young enough I don't remember 9/11. That's kind of where I sit in the generational topography. You might be. I'm 26. Wait, I'm 75% sure I'm 26. Okay, got a math. Pip is 6, and she turned 6 a year after me, and she was 19 when I was born, and I turned 20. Wait, 20. Wait, she turned. Yes, I'm 26. Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Ram. Ram is 26. Yeah. You win by Daphne is definitely. I'm May 21st, 1996. That's when I was born. Whatever that makes me age-wise, I'm pretty sure it's 26. May 14th, 19. Oh, you win by a week. You win by a week a week. You are older than a week. That is super close. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, like, that's what I was saying. It's like I was definitely of an age where people in my generation used AOL. Um, but it was like May 7th, 1997. That's right. 7/14/21. I remember talking about this. We got the days down. We just need to find someone with a birthday on May 28th. And we'll get all the weeks down. Deep depressive state. That's pretty true. Like in elementary school. Your wife's on May 1st. There you go. I remember my first memory of 9/11 is 2002 or 2003. It is sitting on a couch watching it on TV with my uncle and my uncle explaining to me what had happened. And it was like a year or 1 or 2 year anniversary of what had happened. I don't remember the event itself, but it was like the following year or the year after that. On September 11th, there was a documentary playing. I asked my uncle. That's my earliest memory about it. It's that. That and then like after that, there were so many high school projects on it. And I'm going to be a little bit of a depressive millennial here and just say 9/11 is a tragedy. A lot of people died. That is true. I have now survived through COVID, though. And during COVID, we had more people die daily than we had for 9/11. And so, as my depressed millennial self, it's a tragedy. So was COVID. I Tragedies happen all the time. I don't have a particular sorrowful attachment to it. I'm sad that it happened as a tragedy, as I would be any historical tragedy, but it's not one with personal attachment. And then COVID kind of really shifted my alignment to where, when I'm looking at tragedies, the world's a dark place, y'all. And like the best that we can do is try to make it a little bit better. Me changing to school, I was in kindergarten. I remember going home and my mom crying on the couch. The people die in response to 9/11. Yeah, and like I don't think we're gonna make the secret. I'm an anti-war guy. Like I'll say it. Like I don't talk a lot of politics on here. I try to avoid it, but I don't think our response to 9/11 was justified or well thought out. Um, I'm not someone who's a fan of wars per philosophy, but just we didn't do any good with that war. That's my opinion. I'm never a pro-war guy. And especially when you like learn about one of the main reasons we did invade Iraq was not necessarily Iraq, whichever one it was. It wasn't because of 9/11. It was because they had weapons of mass destruction, which we now know was a fabricated lie. I just don't think it was a justified response. It is easy to be anti-war, and I'm aware of that. It's very easy to be anti-war. It's very easy to be a pacifist. This is one of the universal truths. I do, however, think that while it is easy to be anti-war, I think that is partially because there isn't really good justification to war. That's my opinion. And I don't necessarily want to get into a deep political chat about this. I'm more than willing to discuss it in DMs. I just don't think that there is ever a really good justification for the mass loss of human life. And I will say that there's a difference between war and self-defense. If someone invaded your country and you were protecting yourself from a foreign invader, that isn't a war you chose to be part of, and that's a difference. When I say war, I am talking about the invasion of another sovereign country. I'm being a little bit loud, so I gotta calm my voice down a little bit. For those of you who didn't hear my wife just politely tell me to be a little bit quiet there. But yeah, I just don't think there's a good justification for loss of life on that level ever. And that is a very easy position to take, but it is what I will do. Honey? My beehive turned to honey. Oh, plus 15 energy? Energy up 15. I don't know what that does. I might eat it just to find out, because my energy is low anyway. I never understand why people invade other countries. It's power. I mean, we can get into the history rant of it. It almost always boils down to power and resources. That's what it ultimately boils down to. I'm gonna go make sure that the bedroom door is really well closed so that I don't keep my wife up. So we're gonna take a quick little 5-second BRB. Don't get too crazy here in the chat. I'll be right back. Real quick. Alright, I am back. I never know why people do it, it just doesn't make sense to me. So, if we're going to talk in a historical context here, and let's say something like the invasion of Germany during World War II. I think it's probably one of the prime examples of when we're invading someone for arguably a good reason, when we are going to war for arguably a good cause. Because what Nazi Germany did was inexcusable, full stop. No justification for that kind of atrocity. And if we're talking about it, it's... So from one angle, you could make the argument America got involved in that war to prevent atrocities, to prevent bloodshed, to liberate an invaded people. And in a perfect world, that would be the reason behind it. Is if you were to have a legit justified reason to invade another country, it would be because you can take the moral high ground of we are doing this for the sake of preventing further harm. The problem is that history is never that cut and dry. And when you study history, you realize really quickly that, especially in war, there is seldom a good guy and a bad guy. World War II can kind of be a bad example of this because what was done was so blatantly horrific. But at the same time, while not necessarily comparing to that, you have to acknowledge that a lot of the countries that fought against them, the countries didn't necessarily fight for all the right reasons. A lot of countries, even though they did do good and ultimately were on the side of good, there is still, in particularly when you look at the dichotomy of the Cold War that comes up after it, both America and Russia used Stalinist Russia used World War II as an excuse of, we're on the side of greater good, thus the atrocities we committed are irrelevant because we were on the side of good, and you cannot critique us at all. And, like, if we're going to kind of get into these kind of conversations, and they are a little bit heavier, if any other country had dropped the atom bombs, they would have, and lost, for example, they would have been tried for a war crime. And America wasn't. And even past the atom bombs, the firebombing of Japan was on the arguably wrong side of the war. They did terrible things themselves, but watch, for example, have you ever seen the movie Grave of the Fireflies? I highly recommend it if you have the spoons for it. But it really shows the perspective of two children that were affected by the horrific firebombing America did of Japan. And a lot of those were on civilian targets. So, yes, definitely, unequivocally, what Nazi Germany did was wrong, but America, even if it doesn't reach to that level, also committed atrocities during World War II in certain ways. The internment camps for the Japanese, the firebombings of civilian locations in Japan, the dropping of nuclear armaments on civilian locations. And it's what makes history messy. It's because if you say one side's good and one side bad and war is justified, you end up with horrific things being justified that shouldn't and wouldn't be justified within slightly different contexts. And so it's why I know it's easy to say, that looks dangerous. I'm not going to poke it. It's easy to say, it's easy to be anti-war, but I think that's because war is so obviously a bad thing. Is what really, I guess, this whole conversation boils down to. With me trying not to talk politics and going on a very long political rant so loudly, my wife woke up and told me to be quiet. So say what you will about it, but it's easy to be anti-war because war is such a horrible thing. And I don't think a war is ever truly justified. I think there's almost always a better option. And we should always question why a country would want to go to war. Oh, apples. These are something that I was hoping to get. Apples, bush limes, bananas, I think it was, and quellabog or something like that. Anyway. So yeah, I guess to kind of like respond to Moth, the moral justification for why one would go to war is to stop a greater atrocity from being committed. I just find that there's seldom a greater atrocity than war itself. Anyway. That's been Tadafid's philosophical thoughts. Are they good thoughts? Are they bad thoughts? I don't know. I'm just another white guy thinking he can solve all the world's problems, so take everything with a grain of salt. Anyway. Mental health check. How y'all doing? I know I just went on a long rant there. And it wasn't necessarily about the most uplifting topic. So, all y'all doing okay? Sorry to go heavy. Been a heavy couple of years. I get heavy sometimes. Every one of us in this chat has lived through world-changing events. Several of them, to put it within context, so. I don't know. Yeah, you doing good, Moth? Yeah. If you're ever not doing good, so to everyone in the chat, just remember, you're loved. And you're like, but I don't know anyone who loves me. You know me. I don't care who you are, I love you. The least I can do is give y'all unconditional love. Hello there, scientist fan. Oh, Franklin. Got another disc thing for you. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum. Great night. Okay, Franklin. You're pushing further and further into the I do not like you category. Let's see. Can we plant apples next to each other? Try not to sneeze. Sneezes. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Bush, limes, apples, bananas, and quagdundong. Don't know what that one is. I don't know. These are trees. I feel like the key lime ones are going to kind of go well together. But I'm going to kind of plant these ones a little bit spaced out. Just because I feel like they should be a little spaced out. I don't know if I'm required to, and if I need to, I can always fill in that space later. But I want to make a little garden. It's a bomb! Whee! Boop, boop, boop. Okay, my boxes are there. They must just have been... Because you sent Nightbot up on top of my head. Wait 1 second. Yay! Okay. I was doing something. Okay. Oh, are you still open? You probably are not open. You are not open. What am I drinking? I am drinking Dr. Pete. Diet Dr. Pete, to be exact. Billy Button. What is Billy Button? Yeah, it is the Dr. Pepper knockoff from SodaStream. Apparently, it now ceases to exist. Okay. We're apparently tired, so we're gonna go sleep. Tomorrow can be a quest for bananas and quebeladong, or whatever it was called. Oh, I got a tarantula! Y'all, if you didn't notice, I need to come up with a name for him. It is a Sydney funnel web. Not Dr. Pip, Pete. Pete as in Peter. Dr. Pete. I don't know who does Dr. Pip. Because Dr. Pepper is, I believe, independent. I don't think they're owned by Coke or Pepsi, if I remember correctly. They are their own bottler. But yeah. Dr. Pete is, such a cool looking butterfly. Mr. Pibb is a Coke product. Thank you, Ram. Yeah. No, very, very, very early. Because caffeine like really, really helps me function, but it kind of be expensive. And carbonated water is really good for my stomach. When early pandemic happened, me and my wife bought a soda stream with a little bit, might have been a little bit of the stimulus check, the first one that was sent out, so that I could kind of have it at home. Because my work used to give it to me. Like I used to have a soda stream at work, or not soda, like they had a fountain at my old job. So you could get whatever sodas you wanted, and I could get like carbonated water for my stomach or something with a little bit of caffeine. So we bought a soda stream just so that I'd have that at home to some extent too, and it's been wonderful. Anyway, my grandparents bought generic soda all the time, and generic root beer was called Tubbs. 10 out of 10. What in the Animal Crossing knockoff is this? A wild Daffy appears. Hello, Hebby. It's good to see you. This is Dinkum. It is if Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley had a baby set in Australia. And I absolutely adore every moment of it. But more importantly, how are you doing, Hebby? I have no idea if Canada is. If you're in America, the pandemic has ceased to exist, more or less. I'm saying that I know words I don't know how to pronounce, and it's a problem. Sarcastically. As per usual, tired. Always tired. I feel that so much. But it's good to see your wonderful face here. I haven't caught any of your streams in a while myself. I don't know if you have been streaming. I've been super busy, so I haven't been doing my due diligence of swinging by, but I'm hoping to be taking a little bit more time and swinging by places. So if you are streaming yourself still, I hope to get it. Hope to swing by and say hi. Thanks to new brain meds. Ah, the new brain med sleepies. I also feel that I gotta have a basically a psych eval on Wednesday, and we might actually get me some new brain medis too, so we'll find out. Mare won the jump catch. Good job, Mare. Sorry for everyone else who was competing in that. But good job, Mare. Got these things. I don't know what these do. Should I place something inside? Place items. Got anything to let me? Oh, it tells me what it needs. It needs a lot of things that I don't have. Anyway. I need to check my map. So bananas are found tropical, which is the exact opposite direction I went. Is Quabadubadas could be located in the desert, because I think these forests have apples. Nah, Mare deserved it. Yay! Seashells. I'm tempted to grab seashells. I need money more than I need a garden, but I need a garden because I want a garden. And I think we're just going to be testing out Mrs. Fletch's patience. See if she gets all, you know, Tom Nook, Lone Starkey, bust out your knees on me. We'll find out. Not gonna mess with the crocodile. I just wanted to say hi and lurk while I knock out a few Genshin quests before passing out. Have a good evening. Of course, always appreciate a lurker. And it was always wonderful to see you, Happy. Hope those Genshin questions go as well as they can. Speaking of Genshin, we will be doing a Genshin stream sometime this week. I haven't decided when, but I want to do one sometime this week. Also, we're going to chill with this dude. I don't know if you can, but if I can tame them, I will make one of these my friend. If I can't tame them, I will find a place for them to live, and I will build them the greatest, most stimulating enclosure that I can, and we will drag one with me back home. Cactus figs. What do I get from eating a cactus fig? Negative health, and nope, we ain't gonna be eating cactus fig then. Just look at the runs. Oh, I love them. I'll pet him and love him and hug him and squeeze him and call him George. Should terraform a wildlife enclosure? I'm kind of literally planning on doing that at some point. Just because it's me. and I love doing that kind of thing. Okay. I mean, I can go buy bananas, but I need to figure out whatever the heck this... It's the blue fruit that was like Quabalugadun, something like that. And I just really cannot figure out how to pronounce it. It's got too many letters in it. My brain is just far too dead to pronounce it. So, the blue Q fruit. Maybe it's in the tropical region too. I thought it might be like one fruit from every like biome at first, which is why I thought maybe it was going to be the cactus fruit. Turns out that it's just cactus figs, but still. Okay. So keep your eyes out for bananas, and those blue fruit. A hydrate and a posture check. Well, posture check definitely was slouching there, so straighten up a little bit. And hydrate is always appreciated. While I am thinking about it, I'm actually going to take a quick little 5-minute bio. Just due to the fact that I've drank way too much soda. So I'm going to take a quick little 5-second bio. I'll be right back. Love y'all. I'm not even going to put on the BRB screen because I'm only going to be a moment. I do have my phone, so I am still looking at chat. Glad to see no one tried to start a riot while I was gone. Okay. So we're looking for bananas. Oh, it's a treasure chest. Or treasure barrel, I guess. Oh, you can break it in one hand with one of these. That's good to know. A button board and a sliding handle. It's a keyboard and a mouse. So I'm thinking like this game's got some like music trivia stream. To be fair, the drunk music trivia stream was just you being drunk and me randomly spouting music. It did lead to the now ever infamous dance, though. Oh, maybe it's like a mangrove fruit. We also need to get some chicks, some chickens. I am diving. We'll find the dance, never had a chance. This happens when you listen to not family-friendly music, but you are a family-friendly streamer. Okay, this looks like a new biome. What's this? Plains? Oh, so it is something different. This is the plains. Okay. Maybe plains are where we'll find our mythical fruit. I'm not seeing any here, but it looks like there's a lot of plains and tropicals left. So I'm thinking we're gonna just kind of head left through here. Maybe then we can find a couple of bananas and a couple of our other things we need. Ah, nope, can't jump that high. Oh, wait. There it is. Okay, is this a plains tree, though, or not? Quandog. Okay, that's actually easier to pronounce than I thought it would be. So we got Quandog. Do I just go buy bananas from him? It's easier. I need money. Do I have like a banana just... I really simply only need like a single banana tree. That's the thing. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep digging around for a banana tree. We're just gonna head back and buy some bananas from John. Let my resentment for him grow. I know how to... I have a recipe to build a boat. I should probably build a boat. Oh crap! Angry bird! Demon bird lied within the woods. There's a banana. I spotted this. Okay. Did I only get 2 bananas from the banana tree? I only get 2 bananas from the banana tree? How are the dog and cat doing? They are doing good. They are both currently very much asleep with my wife. Otherwise, I would drag them out here for a camera appearance. They both, once Favori and my wife goes to bed, they're both with her. Instantly. Speaking of, I should probably mention to y'all, because you were here when I first got back into streaming with it, my wife's classroom project on Donors Choose was funded within like that, literally that right after that day of streaming. We had picked up enough funding for it, and it was super awesome, super excited. She just got the like little bar stool chairs for her classroom like just the other day. A couple issues with Amazon. Amazon originally didn't want to ship it there because it's through Donors Choose, and then Donors Choose basically places the order on Amazon to keep it like fair and to keep any shenanigans from happening. But then Amazon was like, "Nah, this is a school. We're not going to deliver there." And then so she had to go back to Donors Choose and like put the order again. But like Donors Choose was amazing to deal with. Immediately took care of it, and the United States Postal Service delivered it because the United States Postal Service is the best and never fails. This is a USPS stand channel. They are the epitome of good government agencies, and I love them. Anyway, so yeah, she got it set up. She's got to use it a couple times, and it has just been awesome. She has a lot of what are called push-in teachers for her classroom, so it's been super helpful for that. It's basically, there's a lot of other teachers who will use her classroom to help groups of students with certain areas of focus they may need. So yeah, super, super awesome. And she was absolutely stoked, and I just wanted to say that to all of you. If she can get some pictures, I might drop some in the Discord, just so y'all can see. It's really a really good little setup. So yeah, thank all of y'all for your help on that one. Been meaning to mention it the past couple days, but it always escaped my mind whenever I was streaming. But I got a good group of you here, so figured we'd say it. She teaches at, I believe it's called the Title I school, so it's always awesome when we can get help for those kind of classroom settings. Oh, did you realize I was back in town there, John? Taking off from your time spent with... I ain't gonna judge you, old lady, Fletch. You don't need to have John run away so quickly. Anyway. Let's go... Oh. You know, an amazing guy who worked for USPS, and he just started a Queer Liberation in Portland, Oregon? when I could without talking to my wife. Then I talked to her about donating the rest, and it had already been funded. Yeah, it got funded like super quickly. Like she was a little bit worried at first because it didn't get a lot of momentum, and like we shared it around to our family and everything, but things are a little bit not a little bit. I love my extended family. They are not the most supportive about certain things y'all know about in regards to Pip. So, um, we didn't get anything that way, but we weren't surprised. But then it was like, yeah, Ram was the first person to donate, and then I did the stream, and it was like the very next day, so we just like boom, 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 bunch of people donating, and I don't know how many of them from the streams or whatnot, but just rapidly got funded, and it was really appreciated. So, we're gonna have ourselves some roasted bananas. Anyway, so yeah, it was super cool, and I appreciate all of y'all that helped, and it was really good. Probably won't make a habit of anything like that. I would love to do some charity streams down the road. I was talking to... This is just kind of a heads up of something that I want to happen, and I don't know if it will. But I was talking to a few other people I know that stream. I won't say any names, because it's not my place to like loop people into this if it doesn't happen. And we talked about sometime in December, doing like... trying to put together a really big stream for like the Trevor Project. Because Trevor Project's pretty cool, and like I'm obviously a very small streamer. I got like 6 of y'all here, and I love it. I'm just happy to be here. But just getting a large group of small streamers together and just kind of all pooling our resources and all of us trying to stream for like 24 hours and just get like a chunk of money. Because collectively, none of us are very large streamers, but there's a bunch of us. Maybe we can get a decent sized donation for like the Trevor Project or something set up. Because Twitch has some resources for doing that kind of thing. We're like, well, that would be something worthwhile doing. So, still in the works, something that I would love to do though, and we'll see if we can. I'd love to do something like that for a while now, so we'll see if we get something like that pulled off. I do a charity stream, but people watching what I call my stream is already charity. Yeah, that's kind of fair. It's like I don't have a lot of people in this stream, and I'm happy for who I have, but you know, I'm not going to be able to pull a Drawfee hitting their goal for a 6-hour stream. It was like, for anyone who watches Drawfee, they had, I love the crap out of Drawfee, but they're like, we're going to do a charity stream, and we're going to set our goal for like, it was like 10,000, and then they raised it within like the first 5 minutes of the stream. Just boom. I just want to do a 48-hour Civ stream. Yeah, absolutely. I would totally be down for doing a 48-hour Civ stream at some point. That'd be insane to do. And I'd probably have to wait until my health is improved. Because right now, if it's my doctor I was going to do that, he would smack me. But yeah, I'd love to do some bigger streams like that down the road. Oh. Anyway. Okay. So we got my garden planted. It's 3:41 p.m. An 8-hour break. Yeah, it's something reasonable. Take a nap. We aren't too insane. Boop, 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 boop. Lots of those. I'm just gonna kind of hold on to those for now. We will put the shiny disc in there. Okay. That'll give us a good amount of fruit. I like this little garden. This is cute. I'm happy with it. I want to do some grass planting. I'm gonna grab some grass seeds. I don't know if this. I think this tall grass just, if I remember correctly, it just sprouts up wherever there is grass. So I'm just gonna kind of just harvest a bunch of this real quick, just so I can kind of do. Just want a little bit kind of better grass planted around here, I suppose, is what it is. Just like the way that it looks. Oh, apparently that's part of one of my daily quests, and I didn't even realize. Should probably pay better attention to those. We'll mod it though, so Gandhi can still go nuclear. That's sad. So for those of you who don't know, here's another free bonus random fact, because I'm uh, feeling like it today. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Double hydrates. Good call, taking care of my health today. Here's your random fact. In the original civilization, the OG, like the original civilization, they had a value set. A one less hydrate before you depart to sleep since they work tomorrow. Well, it is wonderful to see you, Mare, and I do appreciate you sticking around. Waterboard me. Well, if you waterboard me, I'm gonna have to put a limit on those. Anyway, but oh, maybe there's my train of thought. Too busy. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So in the original Civ, um, basically every single leader had a certain set value of how aggressive that AI was, between like 0 and 10, for example. Um, and 10 being the most aggressive, 0 being the least aggressive. It, solid computer logic. The problem is that once a civilization researched democracy in Civ, which is like one of the original research tracks, and was able to switch to a democracy, it lowered their aggression by 2. So, which makes sense. Basically, a more developed country was less likely to be going to war with everyone, is what the thought process was behind it. It tracks to a degree, kind of makes sense. Unfortunately, what happened, though, is Gandhi, known for his pacifism, was already at a 1. So when you reduced Gandhi's pacifism by 2, it went down to 0, and then it would have gone down to -1. However, because of the way the coding worked at the time, rather than going to 0 and just staying there at the least aggressive one could possibly be, it went back up to the top. So Gandhi went from the peaceful, pacifistic person that he was designed to be to literally the most aggressive AI in the game the moment he became a democracy. And because of that, would become very nuke happy. And ever since this, in any civilization game, there is usually some kind of reference to Gandhi and nukes, because he's usually included as a world leader. And they usually keep him like as a pacifist, but they usually make him very pro nuclear aggression, just to reference this little fact as like a fun little aside. And I know I've had talked to people before, and they're like, that seems like a little bit disrespectful to Gandhi, and potentially fair. But like, if we're gonna talk about Gandhi, we should also probably talk about, while his pacifism was great, some of the stuff he did was not so much. So, no such thing as a good world leader. I say free reign at making fun of him. But Gandhi started out more aggressive and slowly became more passive as the game went on until he hit 0 and snapped. Ah, good to see you, Moth. If you gotta head out, I just appreciate you being here as long as you did. It's wonderful to see you. You take care. Love y'all as well. Love. Yeah, okay. Oop, plant some more grass. Anyway. Oh, I'm actually getting really tired myself too, so I don't know how much longer we're gonna be going for this stream. We are gonna sleep until tomorrow. Probably do another good day of just trying to kind of follow his life path. Not that I know of. I believe I have always heard it where there was the flip at the end. I could be wrong on that, but I always heard it where it was the flip at the end when they designed him just to kind of be a peaceful leader. Gandhi, to follow Gandhi's life path, that would probably not be the cleanest way to do it. I guess to say Gandhi doesn't start out as kind of aggressive, and he doesn't flip at the end of his life paths. He didn't go nuclear at the end of his life. He was a pacifist for the remaining end portion of his life. But Gandhi in his early life, he was a lawyer. And Well, I don't know much about what he did as a lawyer. He did write several very racist commentary as a lawyer in South Africa. Because of the OG game, but yeah. So yeah, early life Gandhi said a lot of not okay things. He was some fairly racist stuff. And there was also like, he had this thing, because his pacifism was rooted in his spiritual beliefs. And I'm not going to talk about spiritual beliefs at all. But one of the things that's like a little bit odd about him and worthy of critique is that he had this whole thing about basically being free from temptation or overcoming his body, and it basically led to him doing some kind of sketchy thing with underage girls in that way that only men in power always seem to do. So he wasn't a perfect figure at all. You can still, but this is the thing, you can still take about Gandhi and the good stuff about him, and you can still acknowledge his contributions to peaceful protest while still criticizing some of the more problematic aspects of him. And I'm not an expert on Gandhi, so I'm not really going to say more than that. I just remember studying him that we're talking about that. Basically, any historical figure that you find, there's going to be problems with. Abraham Lincoln made the Emancipation Proclamation, but you can still critique that because it only stopped slavery in the South. And Abraham Lincoln was also a staunch segregationist in a lot of ways and said some fairly racist things as well. No historical figure is going to be good. There's going to be bads, there's going to be goods, and you need to just acknowledge everything kind of on a point-by-point basis to realistically address these kind of things. With any person, realistically, you have to take the good that they do and the bad that they do and value that at its value. Because bad people are going to do good things and good people are going to do bad things. And you can't really have heroes and idols. It's why idolization of people is dangerous. If you put someone on a pedestal, you're going to find out negative attributes about them. So you shouldn't really put people on pedestals. That's what it comes down to. I'm a nomad that's like looking to sell seeds. I've got farming equipment too if you're interested. Although I can only sell them to people with a farming license. I do have a farming license. Mothadina is beautiful, don't you think? Are you a nomad that I can convince to settle down? I've been a lot of places in my time, and it's like really nice here. Oh, I really appreciate that, Rain. Oh, that's a hoe. I'll buy a hoe. I'll take it. And this is a watering can. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna need to learn to water. So, is there gonna be a statue pun here? I'm waiting for a statue pun. So summer and spring. No thanks, because I don't know how many days left are summer. You return the specialized in robes under 4-length gowns. 10 out of 10. Oh, I was waiting for it. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew it was going to be good. During the summer and spring. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to buy either of those, but I don't know how long the seasons are. So I don't want to buy something I can't use right away. So I'm going to put those in there for now. If we find some seeds that let us do it a little bit more clearly, we will. But we're having a nice little garden here for fruits, at least. So that's actually a really great joke there, Ram. 10 out of 10. Closed. Are you closed? Oh, Sunday. You closed on Sundays, if I remember correctly. John's Goods, open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Sunday. They took first or second place. Hey, sometimes third. Depends on your stands. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of tin. I don't want to worry about how much tin yet. Oh, grass seeds. Apparently, oh. It wants me to plant more seeds. We'll do that. And then we'll just do today's daily activities. Is probably a good thing. Just to get those points. I said, I know third doesn't usually get pedestaled, but they can be. It depends on your pedestal. Why did my whole tent move? I don't know why my whole tent moved, but it did. Okay. Catch 3 bugs and cut down 2 trees. That is easy enough to do. Do these count as... I don't know if those count as trees, but we'll leave them for now. I need to decide like what I'm doing with trees too, because I feel like I have a bunch of seeds. You shouldn't build up the land as far as possible and put your. You should build up the land as far as possible and put your house at the top, so you can lord over your island. You know, I'm not a lord in type, Ram. We should know this. I believe that we are strongest together as a people, unified. Power to the proletariat. Well, part of me wants to lord over the land. You should know this by now. I'm going to rearrange these a little bit. I feel like that's a good setup. I'm assuming these are gum trees. I'm just going to plant a bunch of them, because I've been digging a lot of these trees up. So you should build up the land as far as possible so you can have clear lines of sight to protect your people. That we might do. That seems a little bit more my face. Right after we take care of this reforestation. You want to plant the trees out, not too close together. You want to give them an ideal amount of room to thrive of their own accord. This might be a little bit close, but we'll go with it. So once I start planting trees, apparently I can't stop. It just becomes the tree planting sim. I love this game. It's just so relaxing. Just the sounds, just all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And this last tree can go over here. Okay, now let's go catch some bugs. Oh yes, give me a reward for being good about the environment. I think I like the look of this game over Animal Crossing because of camera control. I'm going to be honest. So the way camera works in here is a little bit odd. Because WASD does not control the camera. The way it's controlled the camera is with the mouse, and it's supposed to be by hitting center scroll wheel, and basically it's mouse button 3 and scrolling around. I hate that, but I have a mouse that has side buttons, so I just have it on my thumb button, and it makes it really easy just, tap the thumb button whenever I want to control where I'm turning. So I like the controls and camera controls of this game, because you have a lot of them. But yeah. You also got build camera, which locks you at a set angle, supposedly to make it easier for building. I don't like this, personally, but I could definitely see how people would. A peacock spider? We caught a peacock spider after Moth left. Aw. We're gonna have to find a home for him in the house, too. It's like one of the peacock spider is absolutely one of the most beautiful kinds of jumping spider there is. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous jumping spider. And the little dances. They get so cute when they dance. I kind of personally prefer the look. I love Animal Crossing. I get that it's cute. The animals are iconic. But I kind of like this game because it's all people. And because of like the Australia setting, just gives it a little bit of a uniqueness. Like, not a lot of games are so overtly set in a place like Australia. And definitely not proper Australia, because there's kangaroos with antlers, and there's definitely a slight dare I say, whimsiness to it. But yeah. No, you can call me a purist, but we're gonna get my 2 cents on this one. Animal Crossing is lovely. It is weird that we are the only humans in it. Like, I have this thing where if you were going to have anthropomorphic animals and people, it's really weird to me when the people are only the player characters. Like, it gives me a weird vibe sometimes. And I think it's like, I would rather play as like, I'm going to be full stop. I would rather be the anthropomorphic animal if I'm going to be playing a game like that, personally. It's like, those are kind of cool. Nope, you're the weird humans that exist here for no discernible reason. There's like 30 cats, there's like a couple tanuki, like you got all these things, but you're a person. I just thought of the Animal Crossing is a coma dream. I could see that. But like for me, it's just like, why are we the only people? And just, I don't know. I'm like, why are we the only people? I'd rather not be the only people. Or like have a purpose behind it. Okay, Peacock Spider is gonna go here. Yeah. Friend. There's a friend. Okay. Oh yeah, it's Sunday, so John's is closed. That's why I wasn't harassing him. Maybe go do some fishing? What is this? It's poop. It's poop. And that's probably also poop. That's also poop. I don't want poop. I want fish. John, why is he a Christian capitalist? Now I have even more questions. I mean, I opened this stream, I think, by calling him a capitalist pigs. I mean, we're on the same page about the capitalist part. Where'd the Christian part come from? Walk away. Oh, it's because of the Sunday thing. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I love fishing in this one. What is it? Yeah. I mean, I think so the thing is, and like, let's be real here. If we're talking about, there's no reason to open if you're not going to shop. I mean, I would shop. Let's be honest here. But what was I gonna say? It's good to have a rest day. I think the thing is, like, Australia and like America for that matter are not Christian nations. They are, however, nations that are ran by a predominantly Christian majority in certain senses. So that's why it's on a Sunday. But we both knew that, and that's the boring, genuine answer to poking fun at John. What is this? Roo poo times 4. Is it just like the Roo? Did I just step in the Roo's potty there? Ooh, those are some fish. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo fishes. I'd stand on rock and fish. I actually don't know what I caught because I accidentally clicked off. River bass. Just realized there's something here. Can I get it? Oh, I can. You can catch things with your hand by diving. A white yabby. Okay. Oh boy. I have tired myself out from all the fishing today. Let's get ourselves back over to the land and we can take an early nap. That is not great. My energy is very low. There we go. Well, we'll go try selling this to him, seeing what we get from this haul. Basically, we need to get 75,000. That's the goal. Okay. 75,000 will get us. Oop, we got double the bug catching. Fishing. And a little bit of foraging. Didn't earn any dings, which is what was expected. Okay. My apple trees are coming along nicely. Hello. If I remember correctly, they get bigger than the key lime trees. Yeah, because those they're not the bush limes. Because the bush limes trees look... maybe. We might do some tree rearranging on the size front after, just cuz. Okay. I've been poisoned, and I don't know how to cure poison. I got points for being poisoned, and it advised me not to do it again. Didn't do too much. There's probably some way to get jellyfish that isn't just swimming at them dramatically. I wonder if you can tame one of these guys with a bone. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. Puppy want the bone? Puppy want the bone? Look, I got a bone for you. Okay, that didn't work. It was worth a try. You know what? You can raise chickens. I'll go buy the chicken pass thing. See what that entails. What can I do for you? I need a lot of money because we need to pay off that loan. I want to apply for a license first. Let's do a license first. Yeah, I can use a metal detector. Was that what it was? It's expensive. Let's use craft animal traps and animal drop-off points. Animal successfully dropped off will give a reward. I don't feel like trapping yet. We are farming. Fishing. Okay, yeah, so I gotta level those up more. So my pockets would be nice. Tool belt's nice. Where was... Oh, this is what I wanted. Jokes. It's chickens. Can raise some chickens. Vombats. I don't know what those are. There's a lot of points to put into it. I will, however, increase my tool belt slot by 1. let's do this. And then we got bird coop. Also got the storage barrel. Iron bar, right? We ain't touching that yet. Copper bar. It's a lot of mining. Maybe we'll do that. Probably should do the boat first. Let's do some selling. Sell goods. I got this, and those. I'm gonna be honest. Let's sell those. Sounds good. I'm curious what the mine pass is. Fortunately, I can sell you this until you've had a deep mining license. See what you do, which I definitely don't have, but I do have a metal detector license. I'll take it. Okay, we got a metal detector. Maybe that will help us get more ore. Torch is a flashlight. Okay. Selling fruit. Lovely. Okay. We need to make money, and we need to make money, basically. But to make money, we're going to need a boat. And to make a boat, we're going to need these ingredients. Okay. Which is going to require us potentially figuring out what this does. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow. What do we got here? Sweet and Snakery. That is a cool name. There's the ding. I was waiting for the ding. Thank you for the follow, Sweet and Snakery. It's good to see you. I don't recognize your name before, so you probably are new to the stream. If you aren't, if you aren't new and I just didn't recognize your name, I'm so sorry. But it's good to see you. I haven't seen you chatting, and don't feel the need to. You're welcome just to sit back and watch. I'd just like to thank you for the follow anyway. It's a really good, solid name, so. Oh. Okay, I like the metal detector. It's definitely a little bit... Oh, wait, is it this guy? That guy doesn't interest me. Hello! You're new. Thank you for the warm welcome. Of course, I always love seeing new people. Half the reason why I started streaming is I wanted to make some new friends. It's always good to see someone new. Do you prefer Sweet as a shorthand? If I were your full name, Snakery, Snake? What do you prefer to go by? Let me grab the 10 of these to make into a link while I'm at it. Stash the rest of the gunwood in there for now. Alright. Sweet is fine, whatever works best for you. You being me in that context. I'll probably stick with Sweet then. And while I have you here, do you have any preferred pronouns as well? Just try to be on top of getting those. She, her. Awesome. If I ever get your name wrong or mispronounce you, feel free to call me out. This is an inclusive, welcoming space, or I try my best to be. So always call me out if I do it. Always feel free to. Okay. Awesome. Well, welcome to the stream. Again, always love seeing a new face. We're just you might have been watching for a little bit. I'm just attempting to get a rowboat. The main goal right now is to earn as many dinks as possible so we can pay off our debt for the town shop and hopefully get I lost my train of thought there. I'm gonna do 6,000 just to get it down. Get the museum. That's what I'm going for. I really want. There's a museum in here. That was my favorite part of Animal Crossing, so I really want to get the town museum. So that's what we're working on. But I feel like we made a little bit of a fruit garden, so we can kind of keep fruit on hand. Fruit salads for energy. But now I'm gonna try to get a rowboat. Sounds like a little bit of a better way to get some money, rowing out there and exploring rather than sticking close. Okay. Oh, and if you're an expert at the game, by all means, feel free to shout out advice and tips. Don't know if you are or not. I know it's a still relatively new earlier access game, but this is almost always a backseat driving friendly stream. So, and never mind tips and advice. I know some streamers are really like, don't tell me what to do, but here, it's always welcome. I might ignore it. I might do something stupid anyway, but it's always welcome to be said. Okay, oh, here's some tin. Do need tin. I'll grab the tin while I'm here. I just feel like I'm going to deplete all the tin that's close to me and then have nowhere to go. I honestly don't know if that's the case, but it's just like the... Yeah. So I'm going to need 1 tin bar for nails because I don't have enough nails. And I'm going to need another 2 tin bars for the boat itself, which is a total of 15 tin. Which is quite a lot, to be honest. Didn't want to grab that gum log. Absolutely, like the pinnacle of the RuneScape vibius when it comes to those little deposits. Stash these here. We can grab ourselves some fruit on the road while we're out here. Keep that energy up. We don't need to cook the bush lions. The bush lions are still pretty decent for energy, even just by themselves. Not perfect, but decent. What were my tasks? Oh. 4 crop seeds. I don't have any crop seeds. I don't have any crops. There's a way to hunt through wild animals. I feel bad hunting animals, though. I'm not an aggressive guy. Oh, I got a key. Interesting. Oh, there's 2 of them here. Did I get a grass seed? I just want I saw one. Oh well. Okay, I'll go hunt an animal. Not you guys, though. We're gonna go find something kind of aggressive. I at least feel like it's kind of, sort of in self-defense. These are quartz. And I see them and my brain goes, those are tin, and they're not tin. And then I'm really sad. There's a lot of these guys around today. Oh, a tin sheet. That actually is good for other recipes I might want. RuneScape vibes. This game is just nice and relaxing, and I love it for it. I mean, if I wanted to find jerks, I should have gone up to the jungle. That's where those big birds live that are very mean. Oh. And I also needed, what, 10 palm wood. I went the worst possible direction I could have gone. There's a gator. Let's see if we can piss that off. Maybe one of the animals we need to hunt. Yoo-hoo! The gator! Let's get his attention. Nope. Okay, don't feel like doing more than that to get his attention. Okay. See, I'm not gonna do anything there. Oh, I guess. Yeah, he literally went the absolute worst direction for this. There's apples this way. What are these guys? They look kind of friendly. Are they friendly? I can't tell if you just want to sleep or you're actually not friendly. Well, we'll find out later at some point, I'm assuming. Only so much they can hide from me. What on earth? This is like an amphitheater, natural amphitheater here. But what on earth is this thing? There's two of them. Just like red flowers. I'm not gonna harvest it right now. I'm trying to avoid getting like an inventory full of junk, despite all my like loot hoarding tendencies, because there's very specific things that I need. What was that? Kangaroo, probably. Oh. Here's another one of these. There's something called a wombat, and I'm wondering if these are them. Because they have wombat vibes. Oh, nope, them teeth are used for something. I'm not gonna win that fight. They can shoot fireballs? In what world is that fair? Who gave him fireballs? It looked like a fireball, at least. Is this gonna count? Okay, fine. I will stop trying to fight the big old thing. I'm assuming by hunt, it's gonna want me to take out some kind of cute, innocent creature. Should probably learn how to do it, because it's a mechanic of the game. You can find one of them turkeys, so I guess I'll do one of those. Because I'd feel less bad about one of the turkeys. I don't know why. They're still a cool looking bird, but I think it's because, like, I'm more used to turkeys being a food item on a list, so that's why. I don't know. All I know is I'm out of Diet Dr. Pete. So we're just going on vibes for the rest of this stream. And my energy is really low. That's a cool looking friend. Okay. What is the thing you have for soda? What do you mean the thing I have for soda? Oh, this thing? This thing? This is like, it's a SodaStream bottle that we got when we bought the thing. It has like a little handle strap on it. Oh, soda is the SodaStream what you're looking for? Like, if you drink a fair bit of soda, okay, so we did the pricing out, and it can save you a little bit, in terms of soda. The syrup can still be pricey. So if you're buying the soda syrup and you're buying the CO2 and the water and everything can kind of add up. What we've found with it, though, is it can really save money if you drink like a lot of just seltzer water. I'll often just take it and carbonate water and add some lemon juice to it. And like seltzer water can be really expensive. So like me just having access to that, like that's where we've saved a little bit of money arguably with it. It's a little bit cheaper depending on how you use your syrup and everything. Why does it make sounds that make me feel guilty? Oh. And all I get from it is feathers? truly evil game. I need to eat food, or we ain't gonna make it back home. So these ones that give you energy for the cost of, yeah, energy at the cost of health. Ouch. That'll at least let me get some other less likely to kill me food. Oh boy, trying not to sneeze. There's some bananas. Bananas are just straight energy if I remember. Too full. That's fine. We'll try to get our 10 palm wood real quick. There's 1, 2, 3. We'll cut down one of these trees. Which will give us 4 total, including the stump. So now I just need another... No! Oh boy. Sorry, Steam has decided that it needed to be open. What happened to my axe? Did my axe break? Or did I accidentally throw it in my game deciding I had to run everywhere? Oh, I think it made me throw my axe. Not cool, game. Did anyone see where I threw my axe? There it is. Okay. I need 2 more. You're going to look into homemade syrups? Yeah, if you want to make your own syrups too, it's awesome for that. Yeah, it's really good for things like homemade syrups. You want like a little bit of like a seltzer water. Things like that is where it really can kind of help you save money. But if you like in terms of things like, realistically, like Diet Coke is just not that expensive, is what it really comes down to. There's like a little bit of a convenience thing because you can definitely have a lot more of it on hand. I feel so guilty about this game. Oh, that actually got me some drumsticks. Actually do know of a use for those. Let's see, where is... Yeah, them turkeys can take a hit. That is also something I definitely noticed. There's another tanky turkey. Okay. There you go, game. I did the unspeakable for you. Now I gotta go home and think about the terrible things you made me do. Okay. The problem is that most of the animals in this game are cute. I think why it makes me feel guilty. I'm like, oh, Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a pro cruelty to animals guy, but I am someone who's like, you know, you eat to survive. That's part of life. It's part of what every animal does. I don't know. Like, ideally, if vegetarianism was accessible to everyone, that would probably be the best way to live your life. But it's not an inherently accessible lifestyle for a variety of reasons. And so for me, it's just kind of one of those like, yeah, in an ideal world, but we don't live in an ideal world, so. There's my 3 cents on it. Most of the time I've talked to someone who's like very, very strictly, there's no legitimate reason to eat meat ever. They usually miss certain things like the ethics of humans, I guess. Like, it's great to say that there's no ethical reason to eat meat ever, but then you like look at how expensive a more traditional vegetarian lifestyle is, and that just makes it inaccessible to a lot of people, not to mention even just having access to that kind of food in your local grocery store is not something that is available to a lot of people in their normal day-to-day lives. So, oh, so that is hunting. So I did level up hunting. Definitely leveled up foraging, and earned a good chunk of money from everything that I sold. I got mail. Tin bar, tin bar, tin bar. You can have another tin bar. Oh, John. Now I have a dilemma. Oh, you evil, despicable man, making me like you. John may have done the unforgivable, y'all. Did something to make me like him. Okay, well, we can almost build. Let's go build our boat then, because thanks to John. Okay. This is the other one we needed, which means we know where copper is. Was that what it was? That was what it was. Yeah, we're gonna track it. Okay. We have to place this in the water. Is this okay? Take a second. I'm like, this doesn't really feel faster than walking, but no, this is definitely gonna save some time. Okay. Well, park that there. Everything we need for. Okay, let's see. We need 1 tin sheet. Copper bars are okay. Let's see. Spin fix test, easy enough. Tin bar, we're gonna need 2 tin sheets. So there's one. How many nails do we need? We need 4 nails. I need one of these to turn into a tin bar. And I need gum wood, which I have plenty of. So we'll do that. Oh, feathers. Those can go in here too. Okay. Then after this, we should only need... Spinfex Stuff's easy enough to get, so this is really just going to be a matter of needing to get more copper bars, which should be pretty easy if copper is what I think it is, which I don't see why it wouldn't be. Okay, so this is all grass. Let's see if this is copper first. Yeah, assuming standard principles, I'm going to assume we need 20 copper. So just a little sniffly. Okay. It's 5 copper to make a bar. We need 4 bars, yeah. It's going to be 20 copper. So 1 more rock after these 2. Not too bad. Definitely an energy drain, but we were working on getting that fruit salad, and that'll put us in a good place once we have it. Let's see. Hook drum sip, yeah, 10 energy. That's what I'm looking for. Bada bing, bada boom. We need 1 more copper rock, and we need... There's like a very vibrant green, if I remember correctly. Very vibrant green, found in the tropics. Okay. Tropics are over here. It's like, it's not the yellow one, it's these ones. There we go. Let's go make some copper bars and then we good. Okay. Should really build another chest, too. What does it take to build a chest? That's very easy to do. We're gonna grab everything we need for another chest. Because we need 1 nail. We need 2 gumwood and 1 palm. Which is very, very easy to do. This guy looks full grown. So we're gonna risk him. And I was right. Okay. Put this up here and we will go plant not just him. We'll make another one right... No, I don't like that. I want it right there. There we go. Grow our little palm first. Okay. I am going to go in here. We're going to run up to this chest. We are going to stash these 3 in here. And we need to go up to the saw. I'm actually going to eat this last cooked drumstick while I'm at it. Right, this should give us all of the materials we need to make a chest without tapping into any of the materials that we need for the chicken coop. Which seems like I was spot on. I'm going to move... You know what? I have an idea. These... I am going to move into here. This is going to be our chest full of odd things. This guy, I'm gonna put one by the metal furnace, and this guy can go right here. And this guy is going to contain all of the crafting material that is not ore related, as it were. And this guy is going to contain everything that is ore related. There we go. We're getting some organization going. Making bars. Probably making 10. Yeah. Okay. That's a science guy. Science guy wants shiny discs. We'll get some science guy shiny discs. So we got 2 of them. Should give time for that thing to finish up. Dr. Franklin. I have some discs for you. Excellent. Those shiny discs have very interesting information on them. These are fascinating. I can learn a lot from these. I'll offer you 17. It's a deal. Anyway. Oh, I have a great idea for a new invention. If you're interested. Yes, can you make me something? Please do not waste my time. Motorbike? And a jet ski? This is... Okay. Well, now I know a lot. Wood lamppost. Not too interested in that right now. It's probably really expensive. So I got the barrel recipe from you, which is really expensive, but I can't even remotely craft that. Okay. I am going to donate. In fact, I'm going to donate this much so we can keep it on even amounts from now on. Yeah, just 50,000 left. That's not the worst. That feels doable. But let us, most importantly, create our bird coop. Which I feel like would be well placed right here. I don't know how to use it, but by golly do I have it. We'll figure out how to use it later. In the meantime, how's my little garden coming along, first off? I mean, they look like they're growing. That's for sure. Don't know how long they take to grow, but they look like they are growing. Can I fish while I'm on the boat? Because that would make sense too. No, you cannot. You cannot fish while on the boat. That's fine. Let's do. I just realized, I wonder if those old parts are worth something. Because they don't seem to be like... What's a good word for it? Like, I know what they're used for, but they seem to be somewhat reasonably available for what I'm doing. And if they're worth a lot, that seems like it'd be a better use of my time. It would be to sell them, to be able to get the museum, and it would just be to hold on to them. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to see about selling some of those. I absolutely don't need to be tracking the bird coop. Can I, like, stop? Yeah, unpin that. I need to get 5 residents to Mothadina. So yeah, that should be our top priority right now. And I don't really care about these, so I'm gonna see if we can sell these. That's what it really comes down to. Same with that sleeping bag. I don't really need it. We'll hold on to the fence for now, because we could use it. But same with the shorts. I'm not going to be using them anytime soon. And this chair, now that I think about it, I don't really care for that chair. You, on the other hand, are a friend. And you get to be there. And I will donate both of those to the museum. And probably not have them in my home. This is a heads up once the museum is available. Just because my home doesn't have a lot of space. And if I can visit them in the museum, it's perfect. Okay, so we can sell these. I feel like there's some money to be made here. We'll find out, though. Yeah, that's what I thought. 37,000 for all that? Absolutely. We're gonna metal detector ourselves up some more of that junk. And... that's what I thought. Oh, it's the thing that I accidentally did. Okay. What we got here? Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna flip my navigation around on this. Cricket bat, metal detector, shovel. No, I want the shovel at the end because I'm gardening. Oh. I like this setup more. It feels more right to me. I guess I can do that when it comes to it, so. Let's do some metal detecting again. Nothing much here. Nothing much here. Nothing. It's like doing little beep beep beeps. I wonder if there's anything in here. Wait, was that right there, I believe? Yep. That is perfect. Smooth slates of bone. So there's like some kind of like apocalypse event. Like right on that one. Yep. Oop, a shiny disc. That's worth a ton of money by itself. So we're gonna take shiny disc to him, and then we're gonna try to run over to the store and sell all that crap. The tin sheets are actually really useful. No! Curse you! Hello! Never mind. I'll go stick the shiny disc. I'm gonna go store it in the ingot chest, because it's kind of close to where the tent is right now. But that would have been awesome, monetarily speaking. We'll go sell the rest of this to him before he closes, though. Got 11,000. We'll actually go wrap up the... Curiousness. I'm wondering if this is worth enough. Because I'll sell it to him if it is worth enough. No thanks. Yeah. Oh, the gear. I should sell the... I accidentally sold... Crap, I just realized what I did. Well, that's fine. I accidentally sold the shiny disc to him. That's why that first one was worth so much. Oh no, I didn't sell the shiny disc to him. It's right there. I just didn't sell the old. No, that's okay. They're worth a ton if I give them to the other guy, and it helps him learn things, so. Give us a chance to earn a little bit of moolah tomorrow. Oh, we had a busy... I forgot we built the chicken coop that day, too. Okay. Harvest 6 captured fruit, cook something at the cooking table, smash 6 rocks. I don't know how I feel about doing any of those in particular. What are we doing over here? Anything from any of these yet? Not really. Well. Well, let's just do some more metal detecting, because that seems to be a good way to make money. wish Animal Crossing did this. I feel like there might have been a ping around there. It's okay. Just straight up another shiny disc. I do have a visitor today. No, I don't have a visitor today. And yet, we'll throw this in here right away because that'll be good money when he comes back. I mean, I could just do like a seashell run. That would probably vaguely be worth it. That's worth about 1,000. I'll grab seashells while we're here. Nothing. There we go. Interesting. Can I even dig there? What's there? Just an old key. Interesting. Okay. Oh, there's still more? There it is. What do we get here? Another shiny disc. I'm glad we came down this little beach. Been quite the profitable little dig. I was like, there's not gonna be anything else. Apparently, I was wrong. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking that's probably another one? I mean, I know how to get this guy because this is just. Old wheel, pick it up. Come on. Got it. Did not want to pick up that old wheel. Internal sneeze. Okay. Well, just to be certain, because this has been a very... Yeah. Okay. That should be enough to pay off the debt. And if we pay off the debt, hopefully we can actually maybe take a look at starting the museum, getting the museum built. That's what I'm really excited for. I'm really enjoying this game. We're going to be seeing a lot of it lately, just because I've enjoyed this game so much. Yeah. It's just the perfect relaxing game. Okay, let's go here first. And we can put the shiny discs and the tin sheets in there. And then we'll go sell the rest of this junk. Sell goods. I got lots of stuff. I went beachcombing, John. These are the fruits of my labors. Sounds good, John. Look here, machine manual. Table saw. Torch again. Down as currently used. Oh, so apparently people pay off the debt very slowly. Without you. Okay. I want to see the deeds. Stone and a stone grinder. I mean, we're gonna build the bulletin board just 'cause it's so easy to pay back. Because I literally have enough money for that real quick, and then we'll go for... Yeah, we need a stone grinder. I'm gonna check to see if we have anything permit-wise that would lean towards a stone grinder. I mean, windmills might be the way to go with this. Oh, coming soon, but building level 3 has not been put into play yet. You see, I don't have a stone crusher, I have a grain mill. Oh, that's because you have a stone crusher in here, don't you? A stone grinder. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, and the furnace is super... Probably one of these, but just better. Would be what my thought is. Okay. Yeah, we can crush little rocks to make cement. It says crush the what's out of the bigger rocks. I'm assuming that means there's probably a way to, like... Can you, like, dig them up? Oh. Maybe you use, like, shiny rocks for it? Maybe you can use... We got termites nests. Maybe you can crush up termites nests? Just me thinking out loud. Just me thinking out loud. Anyway, where do I want to put the bulletin board? Honestly, right there feels like a pretty legit place. Yeah. Town is now built bulletin board. Feel free to anyone to see. Did we not need supplies for that? I feel like we should have needed supplies for that and didn't. Well, it's only 10,000, so we'll go pay off the debt for it. Just, I guess, metal detector for a little bit. It shouldn't take much to get 10,000. That's right. There. Yep. Okay. So yeah, basically we're just gonna dig around till about 5, and then we'll head back and see what John's doing. 5 in game, that is, of course, not IRL. I'm definitely starting to hit a wall, so we'll kind of see how much longer I'm going on, but I'd like to maybe get the museum blueprint down. I want to get the museum going. There we go. Just old gears. Lots of old gears. Saw it. It's right there's that. Yeah, there's the barrel. Still, lots of old gears. I wonder if I can dig up these rocks. Is that... Nope. I don't know why you'd have, like... There it is. I don't know why you'd say crush up those big rocks if it's, like, not talking about... I mean, maybe it goes... maybe it's something I don't have access to yet. Probably that, but... That's what makes the most sense, at least. Beep, beep, beep. The sound does not get... Not the most pleasing on the ears, to be honest. Okay. From there, we're gonna head back to John's and we're going to sell everything because that drained my character a little bit, it looks like. Okay. Character's looking a little bit like I'm feeling. Okay, boop ba doo boom. Da doo ba doo boom. Ba dum ba dum ba dum ba wow dum. I don't know what that song is, but we sang it. We certainly sang it. Okay. Hello, John. I want to sell some things to you. That. Boom. Really tempted to build the furnace, but no. I'm mostly want to pay off town hall's debts and go from there. Hello. I want to talk about the town. Can I see the deeds? Museum deed. Paid off in no time. There's a donor back in the base town. So are we going to apply for the museum deed? Let's do it. Place check the spots box on the build site. Do you have the required materials? Quicker than start construction. Sounds good. I had a feeling the museum was going to be a nice, big old building. I'm going to need me some limes if we're going to get this anywhere. Or, well, the bone doesn't help, but cooked meat should. Okay. Museum deed. Where do I want him? I kind of want him here, but back one. Like there. Means I'm going to want to move that tree and some of this dirt. Get in a good spot for it. This is kind of interesting, to be entirely honest, like how you have to level everything out. I appreciate that it gives me access to leveling out tools and stuff earlier, but at the same time it's a little bit like, I don't know. I'm wondering if I don't know if there's a way to move buildings around after. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out as it comes. It's a good place for the museum deed. I think it's as good as any. Kind of like that there's a little bit of overlap there. That's kind of what I was actually looking for. Drained of energy again. But on to gum nut. Plant the tree. There we go. Utilities required to begin construction. Should I place building materials inside? What does it take? 15, 5, 10, 16. We might be able to pull that off, but let's go get some key limes first to replenish our energy. And then we can kind of see where we are. And bush limes, I guess, not key limes. Keep calling them key limes when that's not their name. So see, 15 and 5. Put those over here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to need 2 palm wood. Are any of these grown? This guy's grown. Okay. And 2 palm seeds. So this is going to be... Well, the gum trees, it seems, are going to be a little bit of a slower one. The palm trees are growing exponentially, at least. Okay. Dang it. Okay. Cement. Okay. See, now I'm just gonna be trying to like cram through this as quick as I can just to get everything done. But I think we can get started. I just kind of hope to see the museum tonight. That's kind of the one goal. We'll get to see the museum and then we'll wrap up for the night. That's what I'm hoping to do. Anyone still lurking around for me, or have I lost y'all to Sleepy Land? You're more than welcome to sleep while I stream. My voice helps you sleep too. Some people said it does. I think you might be a little bit crazy, but I appreciate it, and I'm glad that I could help. You were just sitting here going, man, does he ever shut up? That's also fair. Okay. So I got 1 tin bar. I'm going to need at least 2. For what I'm doing, let's grab out those stones too. Those are termite nests, not stone. How much cement do you get from one of these? Should I get more stone? I have a feeling I should get more stone. Let me go get some more stone. I have a little bit of time. It's the one thing we realize is that it doesn't get late too quickly here. I need 2 more stone. One last one. Quartz crystal, literally the one thing I don't need. And Rupu, which I also don't need. Thank you, game. There we go. There's the stone. So it's a 1-to-1 exchange. Oh boy. We're gonna get our 16 nails. We got all the planks that we need. It's just a matter of getting enough cement. Shouldn't take too long. This thing probably goes quicker if we build a windmill next to it at least, which is cool. Same with like the saw table. So that means there's definitely an option to speed it up in the future, which I super appreciate. Let's have to get to that point. we can do this. We can do this in time. It's only 8 in here. It's not taking my energy to do it, so. That's probably a copyrighted song. Probably shouldn't sing that. Okay. Almost there. Just a couple more pieces of rock. Got it. Okay. We got a thing for it. Grinding rock down into powder. Here's your mouse. Okay. There we go. And that should be everything we needed for the museum. Should I place building materials inside? Place items. Boop, 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 boop. All required construction materials have been deposited. It's gonna begin tomorrow. Okay. We're not gonna probably stay up late enough to see the completion of the museum. But I really apparently did some foraging. Yeah, and definitely earned a lot of dink, so that's true. Okay, I'm just curious to go look at. We're gonna go look at the construction, just because I think it's cool. Yep, so you can already see that it started, but it's not built yet. But we're not gonna do anything today. We're actually going to go ahead and quit. It saved. Saved from when we last slept, so we'll just basically be getting this day again. Probably tomorrow night. I probably will be playing this game again tomorrow night. I really enjoy it. So that's kind of the plan. But in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and wrap up here. We aren't going to be raiding anyone. It sounds like a lot of you have already gone to sleep, and I don't want to do I'm still kind of getting used to things, and I'm not entirely wanting to raid with completely quiet groups. But in the meantime, I do want to thank everyone. We had a lot of wonderful people show up in today's stream, and it really means the world to me. If any of you watch the VOD later to kind of see what you missed, it really means the world when I see you guys there. So, we all have a wonderful night. Good night, y'all. See you again.